evening, football fans. Welcome inside BC Place here on SportsCanada.TV as we get set for semi-final Saturday. It's Jake Elliott, it's Matt Macri with you here this evening as our first semi-final sees the 2010 champions, the Vancouver College Fighting Irish, go up against Mount Douglas, who have won the last 4 out of 7 Subway Bowls here at BC Place. Fantastic matchup set. This will be the second time these two teams have met this season. And we're set for a good one. Terry Fox in New Westminster come up later. Thanks for joining us here on BCHighSchoolFootball.com and SportsCanada.TV as you get a look at the Vancouver College captains make their way to center field here at BC Place. And Matt, I know you had a chance to take in the 2 morning games. Not the best football games, let's say that, but a collision course between the 2 AA teams that will meet in the final. They both shut their opponents out this afternoon and setting up for a great AA final.
Oh, I think so. I mean, the defense on both those teams was phenomenal, but their offenses were unbelievable as well. They were clicking on all cylinders. Robert Bateman this morning, every aspect of the game. I mean, they scored on the opening kickoff. They scored on defense. They scored on offense. They were great. And then you come around and you see Vernon this afternoon. They exactly the same. It was a carbon copy of each other. So I'm really looking forward to that game next week.
Lee Breen with the coin toss. Mount Doug wins it. They will defer, I believe. And coming into this one, these two teams met earlier in the season, back on September the 28th, if I'm not mistaken, Matt. And it was a convincing win for Vancouver College. Their only loss this season to a school down south in Linden. And they have not taken a loss since October the 12th. But Mount Doug, led by Gideon Kremler, another fantastic season for the outstanding quarterback for the Rams as they look to get back into the finals here since 2015.
Well, and you look at this Mount Doug team; they're just massive on the lines. They're men out there playing football here. But then you turn around and you look at the Fighting Irish, and they're just as big. I mean, this is going to be some high-impact football for sure.
So the Irish will wear their purples with the gold helmets. I love that look and that color scheme there for VC, as Mount Doug will be in their all-whites. As they take a knee and huddle up, the Irish get the bounce going here on the near sideline. As we were directly up from the 50-yard line here on broadcast level from BC Place. And let's get it out of the way onto the top. If you want to be interactive during the broadcast here this evening, feel free to do so. You can find me via Twitter at PXP for Sports, as it's Jake Elliott and Matt Macri, who is the color commentator for the Valley Huskers and the BCFC, among other things. You've been around the game of football for a long time, Matt, and you've been here for a long time today as well.
Yeah.
A couple more games to go. There's a good contingent on hand here to support the Irish, and of course Mount Doug coming over from Victoria. Some friends and family in the crowd, but their supporters, I'm sure, will be tuned in online. So don't be shy. Get at me via Twitter at PXP for Sports as we move along, as it looks like Vancouver College will accept the opening kick here to start this one off. Chris Kabongo will stand back. And as I mentioned, coming up later tonight, a rematch of last year's Subway Bowl final. Who could forget that one, that epic 15-14 victory for New Westminster on the final play of the game with no time left on the clock as they punch it in for 2 and the win against the Terry Fox Ravens, who look to get back to their 3rd straight final Subway Bowl and winners in 2016.
Well, both teams had huge upsets last week to get to this point as well. They came in as the underdogs and both pulled up huge upsets.
High Axe over the number 1 overall seed, Lord Tweedsmuir. And Terry Fox gets past Notre Dame, 35-21 in that one. How was the road to this game for Vancouver College? Well, a pretty easy victory over South Delta, 48-12, the final in that one, where Mount Doug had to play 2 games, 35-7 over Kelowna and then 43-21 over STM to find their way into this semifinal. A bit of a delay here to get started. I'm not exactly sure why, but not quite set to go, says the official, as Vancouver College set up and ready to go, and now they'll tee the ball up on the 40-yard line to start this game. But again, they just seem to have some sort of delay, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe the clock not set to go here as it's reading triple zeros, as could very well be the reason why. Got to get the proper time up on the clock before you kick this one off.
Yep, we want to make sure all the I's are dotted here for sure. That's
maybe our scorekeeper slipped out the side door and hasn't made it back in time for kickoff. So maybe they'll just keep official time. Oh, now we got it up on the board here, and we're set to go. As we're teed up on the 40-yard line, crowd comes to the life in anticipation of this opening kickoff. As Kremler goes with the squibber to start it off. Kick it off, let's play some football. It's a rolling ball all the way down to the 23-yard line. And Kabongo on the return. Gets it out past the 30. They'll spot him down on the 37-yard line, and that's where College takes to the field here for their opening drive of the game. There's a decent return for Kabongo.
Hey, good push there. Gets the ball up the field. I love it when they get the ball and they run forward. I hate it when they run side to side and looking for a path. Love it when they just get that ball and drive it forward.
And the ball on the 37-yard line, right hash mark. Easy E, as they call him, under center. Yeah, it's a handoff on first down. And wrapped up pretty quickly for no gain. As Kremler was in on the tackle, you'll be hearing a lot of that last name, as the brothers Kremler are very prominent players on this Mount Douglas team. That was Basil Shinkarol. Now a throwing play on second down, and it's a completion into Mount Doug territory down to the 32-yard line. And a hookup of about 35 yards there.
Number 4, Owen Kerr, just finds a sweet spot there past the defense. And Zielinski here drops it down to him, and he gets great yardage after the catch there.
They'll break the huddle, and they'll spun it on the 31-yard line. Zalchinski under center once again. So I'll battle that last name all game long here. I'm just going to – it's one of those roadblocks as a broadcaster. It just doesn't come off the tongue properly. As a handoff on first down, goes for about a gain of 4 as he runs off guard. That's Shinkarol once again.
And Shinkarol does a good job of just getting over top of the ball, both hands, cover it up, and drive forward. Picks up only 4 yards there, but really, really tough run into those 4 yards.
Well, that's good production on first down for Shinkarol and the Fighting Irish here as they look for the opening points of the game as they break the huddle. And we'll work from the 26-yard line on the left hash mark. 2 receivers split to this near wide side of the field, 1 in the backfield and a tight end on that far side of the formation. Out of the shotgun this time. It's a handoff. And plowing forward for not much, maybe to the 25, give him a yard. And it's pretty stiff inside there for the Rams on the interior.
Well, that Rams D-line is just massive, and they closed that gap so quickly. They looked like there was a hole for number 2, Deshaun Johnson, to start with, but it just shut down fast. And I love the way that the Mount Doug here has 3-4 bodies to the ball really quick and covers it up.
I'll put 5 on the line here for this 3rd down and 5. Maybe a long 4. Handoff up the middle. And you got to think that was designed knowing that they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah.
I don't expect a kick from this area of the field, but they still got about 2 yards to go here, Matt.
Yeah, John Kalika there fights for some hard yards right up the middle there. And once again, that D-line. And at number 8 as well, Sebastian Hansen from Mount Doug comes crashing in to spoil the party.
He's one of the leaders on defense, no question about it. And unfortunately, the website hasn't had updated playoff stats here for you after a couple of games. Another handoff, Shinkarol with a juke, and he might just find the first down. He does. Shinkarol doing it on his own. It looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield, but some fancy footwork from 21 gets the first down here for College.
Great second, third effort here. bops off the first tackler, second tackler, keeps going. That's finally the third tackler, number 52, which is Aiden Bertuzzi, that pulls him down. And Shakiro gets up and he's looking at their blockers. Where are you guys? I needed you out here.
It was like the old tire drill, the high stepping.
Yep.
The way Shakiro was pumping the feet. And now what Utley Breen says, timeout. Referee's timeout here. But it is a 1st and 10 now for Vancouver College. Ball is just shy of the 15 on the 16-yard line as they go 2 in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the boundaries. As Alchinski will go under center for this 1st and 10. Long count here as he shifts his fullback off to his left. Another handoff, Shinkarol trying to find a hole. And gets ahead for about 3.
He had nothing to his left there where he started heading, but it runs down the line so well. Great blocking by the O-line here to give him just a lane to run down before it's Kremler that comes in and takes his feet out from underneath him.
Patient run there from Basil Shinkarol. 2nd and 7 now. Ball on the 14. Gonna get down to the 13 here. Excuse me, got to get down to the 7-yard line for a 1st down. And he'll throw for it on 2nd down over the top, and that one sailed on a little bit. Intended for Connor Lewis. Falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Connor Lewis had his guy beat, but the ball is just too far out of his reach there for him to get to that ball. Good separation there by Lewis to get past Joe Lucas and give an option for Zielinski there.
Big play coming up here. It'll be a 3rd and 7. In between the hash marks. Zalchinski will go under center. And it'll be a handoff. Shinkarol up the gut here. Following his blockers. He's close to a 1st down, but I think he's going to be about a yard shy of it. Another 4th down decision coming here for head coach Todd Burnett.
What?
I don't think it's going to be much of a decision. Vancouver College will keep the offense out and go for it.
Oh, Shakiro just moves the pile, and the blocking out there is phenomenal. They just keep moving him forward, even after contact, for him to get that yardage that he did get.
Their 2nd 4th down of this drive. It's a 4th and 2. Rams crowd the line here. It's a pitch running near side. He's not going to get it. Mount Douglas will stack it up in a loss of 2. And the defense bends but doesn't break here on the opening drive of the game and stop Vancouver College at the 10-yard line.
When number 8, Sebastian Hansen, comes off the edge quickly, and even being blocked, he's able to wrap up Shakiro and take him down.
Just beat his blocker and then made the tackle.
I think he realized the blocker was there. He ignored him so well and just got down there.
So Vancouver College, after an impressive opening drive, come up empty in the point department. And now the Rams get their first crack. This is Kremler busting free across the 20, 25, 30, up the far sideline to the 40, and knocked down around the 44-yard line. Now impressive play to start the game here for the Rams. Gideon Kremler.
Phenomenal here. He takes off with the ball. You think he's going to be stopped in the backfield, and then all of a sudden he's out and running. And he doesn't just take it out of bounds like a quarterback usually does. He drops his shoulder and forces them to tackle him out of bounds.
Well, actually delivered the shot to Kabongo at the end of that play, gave him the Kabongo. As he bounced him out of bounds. Ball to the 45-yard line. As a 35-yard scamper there for Kremlin on 1st down. Shotgun pitch play this time. Running near side, trying to string this one out, and Vancouver College there to stop it after a 2-yard gain.
Sam Oski gets a lot of battering going on here, but keeps driving his legs forward and makes, they're forcing him to make the tackle here. He bounces off the first defender there, couple more there, and it's 3, 4, 5 guys on him to take him to the ground. Good fight by Moski.
Gang tackled. That's what you like to see as a defensive coach there, swarming to the football. As they'll work from the left hash mark here. Trip receiver set to the high side. One in the backfield, one to this near side. And it's a quarterback keeper right up the gut. Big hole here for Kremler, and he's gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Rams as Kremler rips off another big run. This time goes to the house, but hold everything. A flag back at the 46-yard line. It's a holding call, and this one's coming back.
Yeah, they're gonna bring this one back quite a ways.
Man, oh man, I don't know if that hold ever really affected the play. I think Kremler was long gone by the time that flag came flying. And they'll take that touchdown off the board here as a costly holding call costs the Rams some points.
Yep, and that's rough. I mean, you see Kremler here. He gets the hold. Beautiful blocking by the O-line. Gone. I mean, he even slows down his running here. He realizes there's nobody around him except his own guy.
I was talking about the hold, where the hold happened. Kremler, the initial block was a good one, but then he just kind of hung on to it longer than he really needed to. As Kremler was gone, there was no reason to hang on to that block.
Yeah. And
it cost his team as they'll move the ball back to the 36-yard line. And now it becomes a 2nd and 19 here. You got to get to the 45, almost the 45-yard line of Vancouver College to get a first down. Well, Kremler will go out of the shotgun. 4 receivers in for this play on a 2nd and 19. Look out, fumble as it bounced right back into the hands of Kremler on a bit of a bobbled exchange there. Intended for Zarek Kremler.
Well, I think it was supposed to be the read option there, when just a miscommunication on who was supposed to end up keeping the ball there. But Gideon was quick on the ball to get it back up and recover it.
Friendly bounce there, came right back to his hands after hitting the turf. As that play actually gained a couple yards, so it's 3rd and 17 here, but a long way to go for the Rams for a first down. 4 on the line here, 2 in the box for College. They'll play man-to-man coverage. Here's a throw across the 40 to the 45. Good move at the 50. Going to be about 3 yards short after the completion and run there from Kremler. Nice job to pick up a big chunk, but not enough. And now decision time here for Mark Townsend.
A great little pass down here, but a beautiful move on the defender there to get past number 7, Keegan Johnson, and pick up that extra yardage to make this a decision. I mean, it was a no-brainer to punt, 10 yards ago, but here.
Ball is on the 48, so it's a long 3 here. And a long decision from Townsend. I think they're going to call timeout to talk it over.
Yeah.
So after a long deliberation, Mark Townsend says, let's call timeout and talk it over. And reading Howard Samura's work, as I often do when preparing for some high school football, nice article on varsityletters.ca about the 4 remaining coaches here in this Final 4 for AAA, and each having a bit of a different philosophy on how and why they got here. And Townsend, really a bit of a philosopher as a coach, really kind of tries to preach unity and commitment and dedication, all those sort of things to his club to get the most out of them. Is you can tell he's really a guy that likes to push the buttons to make you work.
Yeah, you can tell. And I mean, this isn't their first trip to the big show either. And he's a big driving force behind that. He gets them all on the same page. He gets them all believing in what he's preaching, and they work together well as a team.
Sacrifice and commitment is buzzwords, if you will. If you can get everybody to buy in for the greater good, that's when your team is going to see success. They will go for it here on 4th and 3. Kremler out of the shotgun. That same trip receiver, he's going to keep it. Option read, pitches it off very nicely to brother Zarek, and he'll pick up the first down as he gets it inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Hung on to that ball about as long as he could before pitching it.
Yeah.
Right to his brother, who picked up the necessary yardage.
Well, and he knew exactly where he was the whole time there. Gets into the first contact before he pitches that ball away. Just a well-designed play. It's almost like these two have played together before.
Yes. A couple times in the backyard. I'm sure they've run that play. Here's a straight handoff up the gut. Big hole. And plowing his way, still on his feet across the 20 as he bangs down at the 17-yard line. What a powerful run there from Zara Kremler.
They've definitely worked on how to lower the shoulder and get some extra yardage here. The other Kremler here gets the first defender, drops his shoulder on him, steps over him, and then hits a couple more guys.
He picked up close to another 5 yards after that. Looked like he was going to go down.
Right there, and then he picks up another 5 yards.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff there.
Stepping over bodies.
Well, inside the 20 now, down to the 18, they'll say. 1st and 10 here for the Rams, trying to put some opening points on the board here in this first quarter. 3.5 minutes to go in it. Whistle. And I think this is going to be offside here on Mount Doug. They'll back them up 5 as they blow the play down.
Oh, it's going to point towards Van College.
Well, if that's the case, why are you blowing that play down?
Yeah.
There was no free lane to the quarterback there, and that's a play that Mount Doug should have got to run for free there. There will be a 5-yard penalty against Van College, and now a 1st and 5 here, and this really opens up the playbook for Coach Townsend.
Yep. Just look at the size of that O-line. Man, he's blocking, making holes.
4 receivers in there. It's a handoff to Kremler. He's up the middle again, lowers the pads down to the 5. That'll be good enough for another 1st down, and it'll be a 1st and goal and 5 yards to Pater.
Yeah. I love the way he gets his shoulders down when he makes contact here. The low man always wins, and he's just proven that here. Gets right down, and he's got one guy wrapping up his legs, but he's still dropping the shoulders on the other guy and spinning around for another couple yards.
Yeah, he's always picking up yardage after contact, and that's what you love to see out of your running backs. Quick snap. It's Gideon Kremler for maybe a yard as Vancouver College ready for that one. And 2nd and goal now from the 4.
Yeah, he wasn't giving away that ball at all. That was right from the snap. He was taking that ball for a run.
Well, I'll be surprised if he lets this ball go again here on the next 2 downs.
Yeah.
I think you might see 2 designed quarterback runs here and let your star trying to punch it in here.
Big 55 for Van College. Robert Mendez on the tackle, and he wrapped him up and drove him.
Well, as you know, Matt, it's always won or lost in the trenches. Oh, look out, fumble, and it's turned over. Shinkarol pounced on top of it on a bad exchange here for the Rams. They went with a little trickery on 2nd and goal, and it cost them. As a turnover on downs by Vancouver College, and now a turnover on Mount Doug with a fumble.
Right around the same area, too. I mean, Van College got down that far to their end, and Mount Doug marched it back the other way.
It was actually 12, not 21. That's Dolinski who got on top of the football.
Yeah.
That's a costly turnover there on the Rams. As I think the handoff from Kremler just came late. He tried to sell the fake, and by the time he got it back to where he wanted to hand it off to, it was too late. His back was by him. As here's Shinkarol on the keep. He'll go ahead for close to 5 on 1st down. Well, if nothing else, Matt, I think that'll probably settle both teams into it here after long drives by both offenses. I know it results in a turnover for both teams, but that actually might help these 2 teams just kind of settle their nerves here a little bit and start to play the good football that they have all season.
Well, that was the huge thing in the first 2 games is the teams that came out on top had success on their opening drives and got a little bit of confidence, got rid of the jitters.
Here's a rollout, wide open on the catch. 25 makes a move out to the 30. A nice hook up there to Bothello. And a well-designed play that opened up on a crossing route.
Zaglinski here just rolls out nicely and Bothello, he tried to step inside and then go outside on the defender, but the defender breaks down so well here and just cuts off the pass. Number 3, Mosky one more time making a big defensive play.
That is a huge tackle there from Mosky. Otherwise, Bothello still might be running.
Yep.
Here's a handoff. And off guard. Late flag comes in. Oh, my goodness. Was that ever late? As it flies right around the 32-yard line.
Yeah.
But it will be a holding call here on VC, and this one will come back. As that was Deshaun Johnson on his first touch of the football.
Well, I was thinking they got a massive hole there, and I guess the hold was the reason why.
Yeah, usually when you get a massive hole like that, there is a reason for that.
Yep.
Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. Just a few more days for Lee to continue to work on that impressive mustache she's sporting. Thing is manicured to a T, I must say.
As long as he takes care of it.
Yeah, that's the important part. He's probably got the oil. He's got that special comb that you use for
100 strokes every night.
There you go. 100, first and 20 here for the Irish now. And a draw play. Shinkarel is going to get nothing. As he tries to fight for a couple yards, but it was a surprising call there on first and 20. They played it pretty safe and tried to catch him on a draw play, but Mount Doug was ready.
Yeah, and Shinkarel just keeps those legs going here. He's just driving, and just such powerful pump of the legs here to get him back to the line of scrimmage.
That was Cole Bunting on the tackle. Second and 20. There's no yards gained. Here's motion across from Kerr. He'll take the handoff. He's got something out on the edge here. Trying to burn past his man up the far sideline to the 40 and wrapped up down at the 35-yard line. On a 55-yard run from Owen Kerr.
I think they're expecting the fake here on the jet sweep because he comes across and everybody just kind of slowed up. And number 4, Owen Kerr, is just gone. And Zarek Krumler has to come down here and make a huge tackle to stop a touchdown. But it's not until he's down at the 35-yard line.
A little ahead of myself. 45-yard run there for Kerr, not 55. No 55-yard line here in the American rules football.
No, that's only community ball.
And a whistle goes before the snap here.
I was doing the community 9-man provincials last week, and they don't have a 55 either because they've got the shorter field in 9-man, right?
Right.
And they kept throwing us off because we were like 55. Oh, no, 50.
Yeah.
Mess you up.
You got to know which rules you're playing as you get a look at the Vancouver College faithful here at BC Place. As that is the end of quarter number 1. No score here between Vancouver College and Mount Douglas. As the 2010 champs, Vancouver College taking on the 2011, the 2012, the 2013, and the 2015 Subway Bowl champion Mount Douglas Rams. What a storied program it's been over this last 9-year stretch. 4 titles in the last 7 years for Mount Douglas.
Yep.
Just impressive to watch.
Oh, they are. And, I mean, I've seen them so many times, and I don't know what they feed them over on the island. I'm going to guess large farm animals. But they just so big on both O-line and D-line. On the D-line, they're coming in, they're making you make a mistake. And on the O-line, they're giving their running back so much room to move with.
Well, it's always win or lost in the trenches, and we'll see Terry Fox with Hewa Badej and Begg come up later tonight. Two just behemoths of human beings at the high school level. And New Westminster will have their hands full, but they got a pretty good one in themselves with Evan Noli at that nose tackle position. Here's Zalchinski, goes under center. He'll take the snap. He'll fake the handoff, look deep over the middle. Sails one out there. It's caught, and this will be a touchdown. What a throw. Soriano on the completion. And a 35-yard strike for 6 here for Van College.
He was covered like grandma's furniture there and still makes the catch here. Beautiful throw. Just a rocket. And number 4, Joe Lucas, is all over him.
Yeah, you can't cover it any better, but you can't throw it any better.
Oh, just lays it right in there.
Beautiful catch from Soriano as well.
I love that. You see too often the kids want to do that one-handed catch, OBJ they call it. But he gets both hands up there and just brings it in nicely.
Soft touch on that deep ball there from Zalchinski as well. And they need the kicking ball out on the field. As they got that rectified, so 6-0 here is Vancouver College with the opening points. We saw last week them get down 12-0 to South Delta to start that game, and then before shutting them out the rest of the contest. But This time they get on the board first here as they hit the upright on the extra point.
I could come
Doink,
back to
as they say.
I could come back to haunt them later, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's not point. You don't want to leave any points on the table here against Mount Douglas. You can't do that.
No.
Against a good team like this. But the kicking game at the high school level, always an adventure. And that one right off the upright, as you'll get a look at it again. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. As that was Connor Lewis, I believe, handling kicking duties as he gets a pat on the backside from his special teams coach saying, don't worry about it. Long way to go here, and we're up 6-0. As we're into the second quarter here, just barely 9 seconds into it, 6-0 Fighting Irish now.
The Irish are just a machine out there. Their defense, their offense, it's just been beautiful.
9-1 overall this season for Van College. And I mentioned the only team that's beat them was a team from down south in Linden. As these two teams met back on September the 28th. And it was a 55-26 victory for Van College over Mount Doug in that one. Return out to the 30.
No, I'm loving these returns. I mean, all too often you see them, they get the ball and then they stop and look where they're going to go. They catch the ball and in stride, they're picking their holes on the field here. And a great job by number 8, Sebastian Hansen there, to just pick up that yardage where there's nobody, that big gap of landscape there, and get up there and then make some moves once the contact comes in.
Well, Gideon Kremler gets the play from the sideline. He'll start in the shotgun as he goes trip receivers to this near side. Quick snap, handoff. And back to the line of scrimmage, no further. As that one plugged up quickly on the interior by Mendez once again.
Mendez is really quick to the ball here. Kremler tries to come off tackle, but Mendez is just not having any of it.
As we saw Vancouver College have success to the outside running, in particular with Kerr on that jet sweep. We haven't really seen Mount Doug trying to find the perimeter quite yet. They've predominantly stayed up in the inside. Here's another. It's a quarterback draw. Kremler bounces off a hard hit, but spins forward for close to 6. He took a wallop inside there, but it actually knocked him forward about 3 yards.
Yep. He gets forward, he gets going here, gets his head down over the ball, and a big 96 grabs him and spins him. Ryan Sow spins him and throws him forward, but gives him a couple more positive yards.
So I'll bring up 3rd and 4 here as they wait for the play from the sideline. And now what do we got? Whistle by the official. And I think they're forcing a substitution here on number 3 as his jersey. That's Monsky. That has to come off the field here. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it's something to do with his jersey tucked up over his pads, and they weren't going to let him run a play like that.
No.
That's tough. That's one of their playmakers there, and
yeah,
he has to come off the field.
I think the jersey got stuck in between the back plate and his shoulder pads, and he was trying to pull it out there, but he could only get it halfway out.
So Peter Primo will check into his spot in the slot. As Kremler out of the shotgun, brother Zarek beside him. Hard count there, and did the Irish jump. They think maybe Mount Doug came across the line.
Yeah, I think it was the slot receiver there.
It could have been Primo, the man who just came into the game. And, you know, if you plan to go on a hard count like that, Matt, but the guy in the that's not in the huddle,
yeah,
letting him know that you're going on a hard count.
It's always a good idea.
Yeah, they had to make that substitution. And now he comes off because that counts as a play. Somoski allowed to come back in.
Yeah, he's got his jersey fixed over on the sideline there.
But it changes everything here as it goes from a 3rd and 4 to a 3rd and 9 now.
Yeah.
Got to get to the 40 for a first down. Ball in the 31. Empty backfield now for Kremler. Takes the shotgun snap, 3-step drop, lots of time. Now he wants to run, buying some time as he scrambles to this near sideline. Turns it upfield across the 40 and delivers a hit as he steps out of bounds. 2 flags come flying. As man, do these Kremler brothers like to initiate the contact offensively.
Just a battering ram here. And he starts to run, but he's still looking downfield. I love this. He's got the eyes down the field. He's still looking. He's still thinking about running. Then he drops the hit.
That's the old Walter Payton treatment right there.
The flag's going to be a block in the back. Just behind him, a Mount Doug player KO'd one of the Irish. And it was behind the play, so it's definitely going to march backwards.
We do have to give a quick shout out to Vancouver College there. AAA men's soccer team winning the provincial title.
Oh, right on.
Earlier today over Panorama Ridge. I didn't get a score out of that soccer game. But I can tell you, Vancouver, this could be a big day for VC.
Yeah.
As they've won the AAA soccer title and now try and punch their way into the Subway Bowl a week from tonight.
Well, this has got to be frustrating for Gideon Kremler here. You know, he runs a huge play, picks up the yardage that he needs for the first down, and then a play behind him negates that and puts it right back where it was.
Second time that's happened this evening. Remember that big run?
Yeah.
Came back on a holding call.
Yep.
Now 3rd and 9. As Kremler out of the shotgun, 4 receivers in. No blitz coming from Vancouver College. Time in the pocket, deep ball. He's got his brother. Completion made to the 45, and they dropped it. Oh, he had it and lost it at the last second.
Yeah.
And that will be 4th down and 9 now, and they'll have to kick this one away. Let's watch the replay. It looked like Zarek had possession of this. Could be close to a fumble call. Let's watch the feet. Pretty well-timed hit. No, never did have possession.
No, it didn't actually have possession of it. And a great hit by number 44.
It's Javon Chahal.
Chahal just doesn't let him get a second chance on that ball. And he takes it right out of his hands.
So a first punt of the evening here between these two teams. And penalties costing the Rams on that possession. Right-footed kick. Bounces at the 39. Takes a Mount Doug hop inside the 30 and rolls down to the 29. As that is where Vancouver College will set up with 9:09 here to go in this second quarter of this first semifinal. As the Fighting Irish lead at 6-0.
I got my first introduction to Gideon Kremler, and we went over with our junior bantam team at community ball to play their junior bantam team. And number one on the kickoff, they did something that no one had ever done, is they kicked the ball, and then every one of their players hit one of the return team players. It never happens in community, right? Then he comes out and spread offense in junior bantam and throws for 85 yards on the first drive.
Here's Alchinski. He's got a completion, good enough for 15. As they connect quickly with Owen Kerr, who's off to a good start here for the Irish in this one.
Oh, Owen Kerr's bringing his A game today, that's for sure here. Picks up the catch, knows he's getting hit, just tucks it away and takes the bop and the first down.
Just sat down in that little soft spot in that zone there, and Zalchinski was able to find the open man as they'll go under center for this 1st and 10. Pitch, reverse, throws a block, trying to cut it, makes a good move, but then gets knocked down. That had the Irish fans off their feet, but it actually goes for a loss of 1.
He loses a yard on there, but he gets about 10 style points on this play.
It was an exciting 1 yard.
Yeah, he gets over there. The quarterback lays a hit to begin with. He dekes out one defender, dekes out another defender, and then the third one finally brings him down. That was a bit of a bullfighting. Ole.
Yes, 2nd and 11 now after the 1 yard loss. As Mount Doug didn't really bite on that double reverse either. They stayed with their assignments. Under center this time with Shinkarel in the backfield. They'll take it and he'll pitch it to him as he tried to hit the hole with speed and maybe got 2 as Gang tackled by the Rams in the hole. Powerful run on Basil Shinkarel.
Number 4 for Mount Doug, Joe Lucas, comes flying in here at the end and lays a shoulder on his own guy.
He actually felt that one too. He's down on a knee.
Oh.
Shouldn't chuckle. That one actually stung him a little bit.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize it was the same guy that was down on the knee. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's Cole Bunting.
Cole Bunting.
I think he's going to be okay, but yeah, that's just a situation where he probably just lowered his pads, closed his eyes, and tried to hit him with everything he had, and by that time, Shinkarel was out of the way and made contact with his own teammate.
I met Cole Bunting last summer. I coach ABC Border Bowls, and he came over and he played for me on that. Now we used him as a fullback. Motor work ethic on Cole Bunting is phenomenal. He's just a go guy.
We'll see if he is able to continue as he's kind of holding maybe his wrist as he walks off the field. And we'll see if 13 can continue here for Mount Douglas in this one. As the Irish now stare at a third and a long 6. Let's call it 7 here. As they got to get to the 46-yard line for a first down. Tight end in motion. Here's the pitch. It's Deshaun Johnson. He's wrapped up for a loss.
He just didn't seem to get going on that play there.
No, looked a little tentative trying to find the hole there, and there just was no hole to find, and wrapped up for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, he just kind of stutter, where should I go? And it's Kremler that comes in there and just grabs the front of his jersey and drags him down.
He's an impressive tackler, is Eric Kremler.
Yeah.
So first punt for Mount Doug, and now first punt here for VC. Standing back at his own 28, 2 returners back there for the Rams. Long snap. Took a while to get to him. It's a low kick. It'll bounce at the 30. Rolling, and Mount Doug will just get away from it here, as they don't want any part of that. Pretty good punt by Vancouver College. They'll pin him inside the 15.
Very effective. I mean, it was a line drive, not a lot of height to it.
Wasn't a pretty kick, but an effective one.
Yeah, when it went to hit the ground, it just kept rolling in the right direction. We had one of the teams punted earlier today. It hit the ground and then came back 10 yards, just on a huge bounce.
You never know.
Yeah, and it was one of the linemen that got his hands up and knocked it down to stop it from coming back any further.
A long field staring at the Rams here. On the 13, 1st and 10. 4 receivers in. Kremler on the quarterback keep. Good cut. Look out. Kremler busting free. To the 40. Out to the 50. And dragged down from behind at the Vancouver College 40-yard line. A huge run for Gideon Kremler.
Hey, you watch one of the O-linemen turn around and look to make sure there's no flags after he gets through the hole here, too. And he gets through the hole so quick and just turns on the gears. And number 7 was just able to get a hold of a bit of shirt. It was that Kean Johnson gets a hold of a bit of shirt and brings him down and stops him from getting a touchdown.
Man, oh man, that play there for Mount Douglas seems to be there whenever they want it. And I know you don't want to tax your quarterback too much, running him too much and exposing him to contact too much, but when you're that effective, you probably don't want to get away from it very often either. Ball thrown up and caught, making an adjustment to the ball. Beautiful catch made there from Dante Carbone.
Dante Carbone, just beautiful catch here. Reaches behind the defender and brings it in.
Man, you telling me these guys don't watch the pros play? I mean, that is a beautiful adjustment to the football to come back over. They call that getting mossed right there, Matt.
Yep, right there. Right over top of the defender. In the air behind.
There's a run on first down and not much of one. Look out, ball came loose. Lineman's got it. And that's not Olmstead who picked up the loose ball.
Well, great thinking here by Olmstead to get his hands on that ball and get it forward.
Bring up second down. And 9 to go here. As you watch the big boy picking up off the deck, bounced actually right into his hands.
Yeah, he didn't have to bend down for that one.
Out of the shotgun, Kremler. High snap, fake the handoff, little misdirection. And this is going to be a walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Sebastian Hansen takes it in.
Oh, he had some good stops earlier on the defense, and now he's making it on the offense, too. And it's just
great play design there.
Great reverse. The whole defense going in one direction, and he comes back the other way. Big block there. High steps through the defense and into the end zone.
Beautiful play design there for Mark Townsend. Gets the Rams onto the board. 6-6 with an extra point attempt to come here with 5:06 to go to halftime in this first semifinal. Kick is up and good.
Huge effort by Combo there to try and stop that kick.
Backup quarterback Jackson Reed bangs it through. So Mount Douglas answers back. And Gideon Kremler, the catalyst on that drive with that huge run. And Sebastian Hansen finishing it off.
Well, they sold that fake so well. I mean, everybody just bid on that. And Hansen had pretty much one-on-one on the outside there.
And look at number 8 in white.
And big block by the lineman that came over to be his lead blocker for him, too. Huge block.
Let's see how College answers back after surrendering that touchdown. It's been a while, about 4 quarters, in fact, since they have given up any points. And mentioned have not lost a football game since October the 12th. And this is a team, Matt, that didn't even make the playoffs last year. I think Vancouver College, they're always kind of expected to be in the mix when it comes to playoff time. And a storied program obviously missing the playoffs last year, but I think really over-exceeding expectations coming into this year for a team that didn't make the playoffs last year to find themselves back in the Final Four.
Yeah, huge for them, huge for the program. I was shocked last year when they weren't there. I kept saying, well, Van College is going to make some noise in the playoffs. And my son, who was in grade 12 at the time, he's like, Dad, they're not there,
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you got to watch out for Van College. They're not there, but they're back, and they're definitely making noise this year.
Short kick there as they go with the squibber off the kickoff, and that's to limit the return, but good field position here for the Irish as they'll take it at the 34. Tight formation. Lead blocker in the backfield for Shinkarel. Sheds one, makes another miss, and jumps ahead for close to 7.
Well, both teams here, the second effort of these running backs is just something, it's just a thing of beauty. He gets hit there again, one more time, and then when he's brought down, he dives forward for another 3 yards.
Momentum helping Shinkarel there. Second down, a long 3 to go. Same formation. Tight end and I set in the backfield. Play action. Zalchinski rolling. He's got a man wide open. And then he had it intercepted. Owen Kerr broke off his pass route. And I think that confused the Irish quarterback. And then Dante Carbone just stepped in front of it. If Kerr keeps running, he is wide open down the field. And I think that's what Zalchinski is saying, is keep going.
Yeah.
And Dante Carbone just stepped in front of him. Easy pick there for the Rams.
I'm not even sure if he saw Carbone because it was on a rope to Kerr. And I don't think he even noticed that Carbone was in between the two of them.
Sometimes that'll happen to a quarterback. They just get eyes for the receiver and they don't pick up the defenders. And nice job there for Carbone.
Yeah.
And get in front of that one and secure it. Good field position here off the turnover for Mount Doug. Shotgun snap. Deep ball coming. One-on-one out there, and pretty good coverage as well from Jason Soriano, the man who scored the Irish touchdown in coverage that time, step for step, with Hansen.
Yeah, he wasn't letting Hansen get back to that ball. He watched what happened on the other side there with the receiver coming back for the throw. He wasn't letting that happen at all.
I like the aggressive play call, though, from Townsend off the turnover. Try and hit one deep right off the first down play. But it falls incomplete. Now you got 2nd and 10 here from the 37. It's interesting. Mount Doug doesn't really huddle up. They all kind of stare at the sideline, get the play call, and then move to the line of scrimmage. Everybody on the same page. Little swing pass. Completion. Tuck it away. And Kremler gets the 30. Late flag comes in from the back judge here.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there to cause a flag. Kremler here turns it inside. I think he should have come out to the outside here. They had good blocking. They kind of had that edge pinned in. And I think if he'd come to the outside, that he would have had lots of room to get up that sideline and maybe pick up first down.
I think it might be an illegal formation. I didn't quite pick up the signal call. It is against Mount Doug. And now the question is, does Vancouver College want to accept that penalty? I believe they do. And this will back up the Rams. To the 42. And I think they'll redo second down here. It'll be a 2nd and 13. Actually, they'll say 2nd and 15, excuse me. As going with some pictures on the Rams sideline for play calling. Nice little shot of some killer whales there. They know what it means. We do not, Matt.
No.
Here's Kremler on a keep. Slicing through.
Oh.
Picked up close to 8.
I think they have a lot of that lost yardage, that's for sure.
And it'll be 3rd and manageable now after a good run up the middle for Gideon Kremler.
He looked like he was going to throw it. He looked like he was going to dump it down to the running back out in the flats there, and then just tucked it away and took the hole. That guy's got a lot of pictures in his arms.
Got to get to the 27 here for a first down. 3rd and 7. Kremler looking to throw up the sideline. He's got a completion right at the sticks here, and I think that's going to be good enough for Joe Lucas on the completion to move the chains.
He sits down right on the sideline, just past the first down markers. Perfect job to just give Kremler that out, and Kremler delivers.
How about the arm strength from Kremler? Flat-footed to gun that ball to the sideline, and good awareness there from Lucas to know his surroundings, know how far he had to get for the first down, and then sits right down on that sideline, makes the catch off a good throw from Kremler for the first down.
Yeah, he knew where he needed to be be successful, get that first down, move the sticks.
Odd formation here. They got trip receivers all bunched up. And it's a quarterback keeper for Kremler. They weren't tricking anybody there. I don't know if I've ever seen that formation. They kind of lined up single file out on the far boundary. You can't see it in the shot there, but
yeah,
they were never going that way. It was a designed run for the quarterback.
Yeah, and all they wanted to do was pull the defensive backs out of the play, get them off to the far side of the field. And Van College had to put the men over there to cover it. I mean, if they didn't put the defense out there, Kremler's just going to stand up and throw on you.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7. Quick snap again. Kremler handoff to Zarek Kremler. He'll drive it ahead for another gain. And they'll be about 3 yards, maybe 2 short here of a first down. 3rd down coming. And halftime coming as well with just over 2 minutes to go in it. As Mount Doug trying to convert the turnover into some points here, heading towards halftime.
Well, it's been a really fast half. Like, these teams have just kept this ball and the game going.
Option read here. Kremler, he's got the edge. He's got a touchdown.
Yeah.
They went with a wishbone formation in the backfield. And Gideon Kremler faked the handoff. Then he had an option to his left, decided to keep it, and went into the end zone untouched.
Well, it was a great job on the fake of the option here on the pitch. He stands the defense up. So he gets the ball here, gives the fake there, and then he pitches it out the outside, and Kongbo actually takes a step in that direction.
He's got a little flair here. Watch the end of this, Matt. You didn't quite see it in the shot there. There is a cameraman down deep in the end zone, and Kremler went right up to him and kind of posed for him a little bit after scoring that touchdown. Extra point, good. And it's 14-6 Rams after that touchdown run from Gideon Kremler. With 1:59 to go to halftime, Vancouver College will get another shot to potentially tie this game up heading to the break.
Well, you know, they say if you're going to be on TV, you smile for the camera. So I think Zielinski here wants that ball back. He didn't see that defender. He threw that interception, coughed up 7 points. He wants that ball back, take another shot here.
Kabongo standing back deep. I'm interested to see how Vancouver College will react. in this second half. As you know, Matt, adjustments always crucial and key in a football game, those halftime adjustments.
Massive.
And we'll see.
It's funny because Mount Doug's not kicking the ball deep to Kongbo. I mean, we all know the ball in Kongbo's hands can be dangerous. And it's funny how they're kicking it here to the short guys, giving them advantageous field position over putting that ball in Kongbo's hands.
Same style of kick again. Up man steps up on it and avoids one tackle, and right around the 35, 36-yard line where they started their last drive that resulted in a turnover. As Marcus Tioli on the return for 6-7 yards.
Not a big pickup, but he got get a bit on it there.
Lots of time here, and timeouts in the bank as well for Vancouver College. So, yeah, you got 154 to go. You can't waste time, but you don't have to be overly concerned with it either.
Yeah.
There's Alchinski. Starts a man in motion. He'll hand off to Shinkariel. He'll run into a handful of Rams at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be no gain. Up-tempo offense here for Vancouver College. No huddle. They'll come right to the line. Clock moving down to 1:40. 1 yard gain on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap here for AZE. He'll roll to his right. Point downfield. Looks for a deep ball to Kerr. Oh. And that one overthrown by about 2 yards as he was double covered out there as well. As he was just overthrown. Looking for a big play.
Easy had his guy. He had it there, and the ball was just a bit too far ahead of him. I think he wanted Kerr to be more of a slant up the field to get to that ball. More of a diagonal instead of straight across there.
Now 1:28 to go, and a big third down coming here for Vancouver College. They potentially might have to give the ball back here to the Rams if they don't pick up a first down. Out of the shotgun here for Zalchinski. He'll look to throw. He's got Kerr on the out. Completion. Manages to hang on to it down to the 44-yard line. As they'll spot him down there as they'll come to line quickly. As he was kept in bounds. Clock stops on the first down. They'll spot the football. 1:20 to go. Clock will wind on the whistle. And here we go with Zalchinski under center and ready to snap it. He'll take and hand off. Shinkariel through the hole. Down to the 40, gain of 4. And Coach Burnett says, go quickly here. Here's the next play. Let's go. Tick, tick, tick. Almost down to a minute here. 60 seconds to go in the half. Ball to the 40-yard line on the left hash mark. Shinkariel in behind. 3 receivers in. Here's a high snap. Looking to throw over the middle. Time in the pocket down this near sideline. And Kerr makes the catch. Did he get a foot in bounds? They'll say incomplete. Oh, I want to see a replay because I think he got a foot down.
I think he had a foot down, yeah, as well. I thought that was a beautiful catch here. Bit of a push-off, though. And
watch the foot. No, good call by the official. Had it clearly on the white line.
Yeah.
As Zalchinski just tried to lead him over that outside shoulder, and pretty tough to keep the foot in bounds off of that ball. But I like the pass as well as only his man was going to be able to catch that ball.
Yeah, he put it only where his receiver could get it. I'm surprised he didn't throw a flag a bit. There was a bit of a push-off, offensive pass interference. But, that ball was excellent thrown.
Third down, over the middle, wide open, took the hit, made the catch. A flag comes in late. Yeah. As the reception made from Soriano. He's made a couple of big plays in this first half. There's another.
Yep.
And a flag down at the 15-yard line. Are they going to say targeting a defensive receiver here? Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a hit from behind. It's a well-timed hit. I don't know why the flag picked that thing up. They'll say pass interference against Mount Doug, and I think that's just a good defensive play.
I'm thinking he got there just before the ball, but he was still number 14 there. Soriano was still able to hold on to the ball as it came in.
Well, it is a pass interference call, but it is declined, obviously, here as it comes with 40 seconds to go. And now Vancouver College in business here, ball down to the 15-yard line, trailing by 8 with 40 seconds to go in the half. And now I think we're going to get a timeout here for Vancouver College.
They're going to call a timeout before the play gets in. or before they whistle the ball back going, they'll call a timeout, keep 40 seconds on the clock.
Well, they want to make sure they get the right play call here as we work our way to halftime. Don't forget, coming up next here on BCHighSchoolFootball.com and SportsCanada.TV, semifinal number 2. And it's a rematch of last year's Subway Bowl, a 15-14 victory for the New Westminster Hyaks, their first provincial title in their existence, going up against the perennial powerhouse Terry Fox Ravens in a rematch of last year's Subway Bowl. What a game that was last year, Matt.
Oh, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I felt silly. I figured it was put away, and I got out into the foyer, and all of a sudden
you didn't.
Oh, I did. I came bringing him back, and it was over. I was like, oh, what happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I had a bunch of people tell me, but I thought it was done. I thought the game was over.
Well, you can always go to SportsCanada.TV on YouTube and see the replay of last year's Subway Bowl. I think it's still posted up there. If not, maybe we'll get it back up there so you can relive the magic leading up to next weekend.
Oh.
I mean, that's what you dream of as a broadcaster, a finish like that and a game like that, a scenario like that, just incredible.
Yeah.
40 seconds to go, 1st and 10 here for the Irish. Out of the shotgun. Option read. Quarterback keeps. And down to the 5, close to another first down. I think it'll be about a half a yard short here. And now the officials will blow it down. And he will be about a yard shy with 30 seconds to go. It'll be a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, he got up off the ground there. Great job to push himself forward there and called for the time. Yeah, he called for the timeout as he came up off the ground. Wanted to make sure that clock stops, give him the full 30 seconds here.
You don't see VC actually run that run-pass read option very often. But Zalchinski doing a nice job there selling the fact that he may pitch that ball, but decided to keep. You don't see him run all that often either, but nice job there to pick up 9. And now pretty much a wide-open playbook here on a 2nd and 1.
Yep.
Only one timeout left now, though, so important play coming here, because if you don't get it, it's going to be 3rd down, and you only have the one timeout left. If you do get it, you get that first down, you probably have to use your timeout.
Yeah.
And then you may be looking at 2 more plays, but no chance to stop the clock.
Yep. No, I like that. I like that read option run there on the quarterback because they don't use it that often. That's not something you expect from this quarterback, and to see that happen there and pick up those huge yardage.
Here we go on a 2nd and 1. Zalchinski will go under center for it. Sends a man across the formation. In motion to the short side. Long count here. He'll hand off to Shinkario, trying to pick his way for a first down. And he'll drive ahead right near the sticks here. I'm not sure if he got it. They're checking the spot. I think it's 3rd down. Clock is moving. Down to 13 seconds. Make it 10. Got to go quick. Zalchinski, he's going to look to throw. Rolls out. He's pressured. Stepping up. Still on his feet. Now he's going to go down. 2 seconds left. And did they get the timeout? I think they're going to give it to him with 1 second left.
They're going to give it to him, but it's still going to be 4th down. He didn't pick up enough for the first down.
I don't know about the clock management there. I think when you don't get it on 2nd and 1, I think you got to call timeout, don't you?
Yeah. I think letting that clock tick away probably wasn't the best idea.
I know you want to keep your defense off balance, but I think you got to call timeout there if you're Coach Burnett. He didn't, but does get it with 1 second to go.
Yeah, he's got 2 fingers up, so they give him 2 seconds on the clock.
Okay. Either way, this will be the final play of the half, barring a defensive penalty, but it is 4th down and 1. Down 8 points here, and it looks like College wants to go for it on the final play of the half here. Well, if you're Coach Burnett, Matt, what do you draw up on a 4th and 1 on the final play of the half?
Well, I'd go with some play action and then maybe a dump down, maybe even like a screen, because you just need a short pass, right? You got to clear out that defense, though.
Here we go. Shinkario, the lone man in the backfield. Tight end in there, 2 receivers. Under center. Sends the man in motion. From the 5, got to get into the end zone. Fade pattern for Kerr. Can't hang on.
Great defense.
Gideon Kremler on the breakup. And the two teams will head for the locker room with the Rams leading by 8. Watch it one more time. Kerr had his hands on it. Kremler never gave up on it and just knocked it free before Kerr could come down with it.
Actually, that's Joe Lucas on the defense here.
Oh, excuse me,
Number 4. Yeah, gets in there and just fights it out of his hands. I mean, Kerr has that ball, and he's taken it to the ground. That was a beautiful fight between two players there, and a great play.
Just good football all around there as defense prevails at the end of the half. And the Mount Doug Ramps will take an 8-point lead into halftime, 15 minutes up on the clock. We will take you to break here from BC Place on BCHighSchoolFootball.com and SportsCanada.TV. Do we have our feature from BC Sports Hub coming up or not? No, we don't. All right, break time. We'll get you set for half number 2 in 15 minutes. Stick around. All right, football fans, welcome back inside BC Place here on BCHighSchoolFootball.com and SportsCanada.TV. Jake Elliott, Matt Macri with you here for this first semifinal, halfway through it. And the Mount Douglas Rams lead the Vancouver College Fighting Irish 14-6 as they come up with a defensive stand at the buzzer of that opening half, as Lucas knocks it away at the buzzer to keep this 8-point lead heading into this final 24 minutes.
And what a play by Lucas to take that catch away. Kerr went up for that ball, fought for it, brings it in, and as he's coming to the ground, Lucas knocks it out of his hands. Great defensive play.
Vancouver College set to kick off here to start the second half, as the Rams will get possession. A couple of turnovers by each team in that opening half as well. Kick it off. Let's play some football. A high short kick will be taken at the 20-yard line by Hansen, who evades one man, evades another. Still Hansen on his feet out to the 39, 40-yard line. Good return there for Sebastian Hansen.
Great job of bouncing off the tackles. Like they're not wrapping him up. They're just sort of dropping a shoulder on him. So he's bouncing off and keeps going. They just got to reach out at his legs there. And it's not until they actually wrap him up and bring him down. Good field position to start at the 40-yard line here for Mount Doug.
And once again, folks, if you want to be interactive during the broadcast here, we fully encourage that. At least I do anyway. You can find me at PXP, the number 4, Sports. PXP for Sports. Here's a handoff on first down. As they go back to Hansen, who's cut down at the 45, but sails in the air to close to the 48-yard line as he traveled about 3 yards in the air.
Land or air, he'll get you there. He comes around the outside nicely and just leaps over the tackler. Just shy of the first down, too. You almost made it.
Be about 2 yards shy. As the Rams to the line, they'll work from the left hash mark this time. 2 receivers in that wishbone formation in the backfield. 3 of them back there. Fake the handoff. Here's the pitch. It's Krimler. And he stopped short. Pretty good defense there from the Irish after a yard gain.
Well, I think they knew where the ball was going on that one the whole way. They cut off Gideon, and so he pitches it to Zarek, but Zarek just didn't have any room to go on that one.
Well, 3rd and 1 here as they all stare to the Rams sideline for the play call. Well, Park Mosky in the backfield this time with 4 receivers in there. He'll go up under center for it. Quarterback sneak and plows ahead. I think he's got the spot. And just across the 50-yard line, they will signal first down here for Mount Douglas.
Yeah, Gideon does a good job of punishing those defenders right there. He just drives himself into the pile and forward.
That was a tough yard. He needed 1, got about 1 1/4.
He reaches that ball out well, too, to make sure he gets that yard.
Well, 1st and 10 now from the 50. Kremler on the handoff, lowers those pads again. The knee went down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of close to 6, however. As again, they just keep pounding it right up the gut here on this Irish defensive line.
Well, and this defensive line is doing a great job, but the way that the Gremler brothers get down so low and force you back on your heels and get those extra yards is just amazing, to say the least.
Another handoff, Kremler. So Zarek ahead for the first down, still fighting for more yards. Gets a late block from his brother that's going to draw a late flag. An unnecessary hit there from Gideon as he tried to kind of finish off the play there, but it came late.
Yeah, and way too late and away from the play to boot.
Well, would have been a first down carry there for Zarek. I think it still will be a first down, but I think they'll back him up. As maybe they say that came after the play. Personal foul is the call.
Yeah, so that's going to be, instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 20 for them.
It's a dead ball personal foul. Let's just watch the late hit coming in right there.
Yeah.
You just get off my brother. Don't do that, is what Gideon is saying there. Only I'm allowed to do that.
No, I've never been sure. Do you know if they're twins or if they're a year apart?
I believe they are a year apart.
Oh, okay.
Well, it is first down, but my goodness, this is a big penalty here.
Oh, it'll just be 1st and 10 then.
Ball comes all the way back to the 46 here of Mount Doug, though.
Yeah.
So they went from Vancouver College territory to their own territory with one foul swoop. But they do have a 1st and 10. And Kremler will work out of the shotgun. He'll fake the handoff, and it's Henson on the sweep. Kabongo knocks him out of bounds just across the 50. It'll be close to a 5-yard gain as they broke off a big one running that play in the first half. This time, Vancouver College defends it pretty well.
Yeah, and a good job by Kongbo here to get down. Not only does he get the shoulder down and knock him off stride, that he grabs the knee and rolls him out of bounds as well. Kongbo's been doing a good job on the defense flying around there and making some big hits.
Ball is on the 49. 2nd and 5, they'll say here for the Rams. Trip receivers wide near side. And it's a option read. It's a keep. And get in. Kremler out of bounds. Well, it has the 1st down.
He punishes these defenders one more time for trying to tackle him. He lowers that shoulder and comes flying by.
He's really looking to instigate contact at the end of each run when he's got the ball in his hands. Sometimes when he doesn't have the ball in his hands.
Yeah, true enough. Typically a quarterback will take the easy path and just, get as far as he can and step out of bounds and avoid the hits. Yeah, not for Gideon. I think he wants to turn it back inside and hit as many as he can.
There's another quarterback keep this time. The Irish get into the backfield quickly and wrap up nicely. Bodradine on the sack.
Bodardine just comes in off the edge there and grabs a hold of Kremler and rips him down so fast. He started to bite on the fact that he thought it was the dive, but then realized quickly that the quarterback saw the ball and rolled off the whole pile.
Kremler got up knowing he probably should have pitched that ball, and that's going for a big gain. It goes for a loss instead, and now throw here on 2nd down. Time over the middle, tipped up and then incomplete. That had a chance to be picked by a couple of different Irish players as they argue over it a little bit here. Soriano and Keyshawn Johnson barking at each other. Went off his foot, actually.
Yeah, a little bit of hacky sack going on there. Hand, foot.
I think you're allowed to use the hand in hacky sack, Matt.
Oh, right.
It kind of defeats the purpose.
I was never very good at it.
Me either. So, 3rd and 13 now. Again, each time that the Mount Douglas offense is stalled, it's due to a penalty, but not this time.
Oh.
Hanson on the reception up the sideline, touchdown Rams.
Number 25, Tim Choi there, got turned right around on that play and ended up losing his footing. Left Hanson wide open.
Well thrown ball here from Kremler. Looked off his receiver and then came to the near sideline, and nobody was going to catch Hanson once.
No.
Tim Choi went down. It was over. Bit of a wobbler, but got to the desired target.
When Tim Choi was kind of left on an island there with 2 receivers, he played the inside receiver, so Kremler throws to the outside receiver, and next thing you know, Choi's doing a pirouette down there.
Extra point is good.
A little bit of some flag on the play, though.
After trailing this game 6-0, 20 straight points here from Mount Doug, and now the question is it 21 straight points, or are they have to redo this? Vancouver College pointing Mount Douglas's way, saying the penalty is against them. Maybe is the penalty going to come on the kickoff here? Long discussion. Here comes Lee Breen for the call. And it's holding on the kick team. I think they're going to have to do a redo here.
Yeah.
As the spread 14 right now. This is a big extra point. It just got a little more difficult here for Mount Douglas.
Well, they'll be kicking from the 12.5-yard line.
It's Jackson Reed who will handle the kicking duties. That's going to be now a 30-yard attempt here coming from the 20-yard line. This is no gimme for Reed. The holder is Lucas. The kick is up. Plenty of leg. And good. Right down the middle for Jackson Reed.
A very good job by Reed there.
That one was good from 40-45.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely had the distance on that one.
Well, the Vancouver College Fighting Irish now find themselves down 15 points. And probably haven't been in this position for quite some time.
Well, and this is where you separate the men from the boys. They got to dig down here. They got to stop the bleeding and get some points on the board themselves.
Still just a 2-score game, but you can't let the gap get any bigger than it is right now. You got to find a way to answer.
Yeah.
Because the Mount Doug offense has been proven to be clicking here. And not only are you down 15, you got to keep them off the board the rest of the contest here and find a way to make up those 15 points. Tall task now for Vancouver College.
Yeah, and I mean, Mount Doug, they put up 3 scores quickly, too, so.
With that squib kick again, I'm not sure I've ever seen a football roll like that. And the Vancouver Irish player there went down to a knee to accept that ball, and when he put it in his hands, his knee was on the turf, and play gets blown down immediately. Bit of a mental error there. So they'll start this drive at the 26, as they probably could have had some yards on the return there, but bit of a mistake having your knee on the ground when they went to pick up that football.
Mental error there. And I wonder if there's any benefit to moving Kongbo up. You see where they're kicking every time. Move them up to that spot.
Well, that's a good point, Matt.
Force them to kick deep. They just try to keep it away from Kongbo.
There's the handoff to Shinkaril. Had a pretty good opening quarter, but it's been really held in check since then. And the pass game really for Vancouver College opens up off the run game of Basil Shinkaril. And if he can't get it going, that just allows Mount Doug to kind of dig in the trenches and stop the run.
Exactly. I mean, they've got to get that run game going to pull the defense in so they can spread it out and start throwing the ball because the coverage is so good right now.
There's an option read for Zalchinski. And doesn't get much. Mount Doug really starting to dial it in defensively now as well.
Well, they've got this lead, so they can take some chances on defense and get some pressure on the quarterback, take away those different options, and force him to do things he's not comfortable doing.
Big 3rd and 8 coming here for VC. We go with a bunch formation. 2 receivers to this near wide side. It's Deshaun Johnson in the backfield, play action. Lots of time in the pocket, guns it downfield. Kerr there on an open hit. And he's got the completion down to the 43-yard line.
And he had extra yards there, but he blew a tire trying to turn it upfield here. And a great job. Bit of a fake there. Beautiful throw.
Great blocking, good pass route there, run by Kerr. And then a great delivery there from Easy. Put it right on the mark.
Right on the money. Then he turns upfield and just can't get his feet underneath him.
I don't know if he was going to get past that defender. Probably could have got a few more yards, but first down was mission number 1, and mission accomplished here. 1st and 10 now for College. And look out, bouncing off the turf. Zelchinski got it back and skips ahead for a couple maybe.
You get a play like that where you drop the ball right off the snap. You're thinking you're losing yards, but he's able to still pick up 2 yards on that play. Smart play.
Tackle there.
Yeah.
Saved a couple of more.
Yeah, smart play by Zielinski.
It's not an easy one, is it, man?
No, it's not at all.
I know my man Jay Prepchuk just goes with Easy E.
Easy E.
We might have to do the same. As he's out of the shotgun this time, he'll throw. Out pattern, look out, and
Oh,
man, bobbled it and stayed with it, and actually made the catch for a few yards, but Lopez was going to have more if he could have secured that on the original catch and turned it upfield.
he looked like he was trying to make the volleyball team on this one and just kind of bats it backwards, but was able to stay with it.
Made that catch way more impressive than it needed to be.
Yeah.
It was a heck of a catch still, though.
Great focus.
3rd and 4 as they kind of try and keep the drive alive here. Shinkarel, the deep man. He'll take the handoff, running right off of tackle and runs into a whole whack of white jerseys and goes nowhere.
No, there was no hole there at all. They were hoping maybe that they could get a gap and bust a hole open, but the defense just filled it so fast there was nowhere to go.
And really, Vancouver College has had success getting to the outside on the edges. There's just nothing against this Mount Doug defense on the inside.
No, that defensive line is punishing. I mean, and Van College has a great O-line that's doing some fabulous blocking.
Sure.
But they can't get the holes open long enough.
No, pass blocking's been fine. It's the run blocking that's been a bit of an issue. As we got a timeout and an early one at that from Coach Burnett here in the 3rd quarter with 4:50 to go in it. On a 4th and 3 from the 35, they decide to call timeout here.
Well, I think this is a big 4th down, a big play for them here. They got to get a 1st down. They haven't had a lot of success converting on the 4th down in this game. So, but they need to keep that ball moving forward. If anything else, to stop the bleeding and not give it back to that offense that has just started picking up steam.
Good work from the camera guy to get inside the Vancouver College huddle. I'm sure Coach Burnett, not a big fan of that, but not picking up any audio, just some good visuals inside the Irish huddle.
Yeah.
As you get a look at the Mount Doug sideline now. The perennial finalists, 4 out of the last 7 Subway Bowls to the Mount Douglas Rams.
That's just a crazy record. When you
3 in a row.
When you start thinking about the teams that have been here, that's just a crazy, crazy record.
Here we go on a 4th and 3 for Zalchinski out of the shotgun. Deshaun Johnson in the backfield. Time in the pocket, over the middle. Completion made. 1st down, Vancouver College.
It was number 19, Bruce Bathis, that
First time we've called his number. And pretty nice hands there to reach out and get that football.
But Mosky was just right on him as that ball came in, right on him, and the hand coming in, trying to knock it free. Spathis does a great job. That was not an easy name to say either.
It's been an impressive drive here for Vancouver College. Zalchinski looking downfield. Nice little flip. Here's Johnson across the 15. He'll step out of bounds around the 11. And close to another Vancouver College 1st down. In fact, it will be.
Easy E, he's getting all kinds of pressure, and he's just relaxed back there. He's rolling out. Go on, go up the field for me. There you go. Here's the ball.
Yeah, just suck the defender in. It was either you take him or you take me. You can't take us both.
Exactly.
And made the right decision.
Yeah.
A nice job there for Johnson to leak out on that play as well. As look down here, Gideon Kremler down on a knee at the 10-yard line here. The Mount Douglas starting quarterback on the limp. As we saw that with South Delta and their outstanding quarterback, Ben McDonald, go down against Vancouver College in the quarterfinal matchup. And really, that spelled the end for South Delta in that football game. And I don't know what the backup situation is like here for Mount Douglas, but if they lose Gideon Kremler, Mount Douglas could be in some trouble here with still 16-plus minutes to go in this football game.
Lots of time left on the clock. He's holding his arm up, and it looks like he just tore the arm open on the turf.
Yeah, a little blood coming from the elbow there. So I don't know if that's the issue or whether he was maybe limping a little bit. I don't think it's going to keep him out of this football game regardless. He will be out for this play, however, and he's one of their standouts on defense as well.
I don't think missing 3 out of his 4 limbs would keep him out of this football game. He's a go for sure.
Suffered a serious injury in his first year. Delayed surgery to finish off the season. Gives you an idea. Here's Johnson through the middle. Spins out of 1 tackle down to the 2. As he's wrapped up, number 2 down to the 2. And the Irish knocking on the door here, trying to get back into this football game, down 15.
Well, this is where it has to happen right now. If the Irish want a chance here, they can't let that offense get back on the field without getting some points.
One of the bigger holes opened up on the interior on that running play. Here's Alchinski to Johnson again as he lowers the hat down to the 1. Not in yet. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
I think that might be enough for them to get a first down off this.
Yes, I was just picking that up, Matt. You're right. They could pick up a first down, and I think that's exactly what they've done. Good eye.
Yeah.
So now they got 4 cracks here from the half-yard line.
They just keep the battering ram going there.
They just put it in the quarterback's hands and let him drive forward here for a sneak. He'll go under center for it. Jumbo package in there for the Irish. They'll pitch it to Shinkario, trying to find the edge. Oh, he's met at the goal line and driven back. What a hit on the edge from Hansen.
Hansen has been a beast out there on defense today. This is just a phenomenal play.
That was like a car accident at the goal line right there between Shinkario and Hansen coming in. Bam! And knocked him backwards at the goal line. Here's 2nd down and goal. Shinkario, touchdown.
You have 4 shots at it. You got to make one of them work there.
A late flag comes in after the touchdown. But I think this will be points on the board here for Vancouver College. And now it's 21-12. And do you go for 1 here? Do you go for 2 here, Matt? Down 21-12. You got to get a 2-point conversion at some point.
Yeah.
But I think in order to give yourself a chance, you got to get the single here and then go for 2 on your next attempt should you get back into the end zone. Shinkario able to find his way in that time and looks to the heavens saying, thank goodness.
Yeah. So I think the touchdown's going to stand. I think this is going to be after the play, the roughhousing against Van College.
Some over-exuberance.
Yeah, I think you get that 1 point now. You still got a lot of time. You still got 15 minutes left in the game. You got to score again at least once. So
we'll line up for a kick here.
Kremler's got his elbow all bandaged up, and he's back out on the field.
Connor Lewis from the 15-yard line. Excuse me, the 10. And extra point. Up and good. Remember, that missed extra point on the Irish's first touchdown.
Well, it's massive. And it's coming back to haunt them already here.
Well, it's an 8-point lead now.
Yeah.
Could have been 7. But still lots of time to go. 3:04 to go in this game, and VC probably feeling a little bit better about themselves after that long extended drive down the field that results in a touchdown.
Yeah, that was huge. And now they're going to get out there, and they need to get this ball back. I wouldn't do anything crazy like an onside kick. There's too much time left in the game for something like that. Plus, the ball's coming forward, so they're kicking from the 45-yard line of Mount Doug.
So they're going to move this ball up.
Yeah. So I guess that penalty at the end of the touchdown there was against Mount Doug being assessed here on the kickoff. And so now they should be able to pin Mount Doug back deep in their own end.
And they've been predominantly kicking deep for the majority of the game as it is.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go back, kick him all the way back here again. Yep, get him all the way back into the end zone.
Drive it into the end zone, and what are they gonna do?
Well, I think that's high school rules. If it goes into the end zone, it goes to the 20.
Okay, automatic.
Automatic on that one. Yeah.
Didn't even give them the option. I did not know that. We don't see that very often at high school level, getting the ball to the end zone on kickoff. So,
the Bateman game, they had a kicker, Sam Davenport. Every kick he was putting it into the end zone, and they were bringing it out to the 20. I thought it was the touchback.
Yeah.
But nobody was kneeling down. It seemed to be automatic that if it went into the end zone, it was coming out to the 20.
Well, there you go. That's where the ball is now with 3:04 to go here in the third quarter. It's an 8-point lead now for the Rams after that Vancouver College touchdown. Shotgun snap for Kremler back into the football game. He'll hand off to Zarek Kremler, who's ahead for close to 6. And that's really been the key here for Mount Doug, Matt, is that production on first down, especially along the ground. It's 4, it's 5, it's 6 yards almost every first down play.
Yeah, it's positive yardage. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's 2 or 8. They're getting that positive yardage on the first down, which making second and third down manageable. And then they just give the ball to Gideon.
There's the handoff, looking for a hole. It's Hansen. He's got one. Look out. 50,
oh, he's
40.
Gone.
He is gone. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown Rams. What a run. Sebastian Hansen to the house again.
Wow, he gets a great path here on the outside edge, like right in front of us. He gets this massive path, and the defense just can't get after him. It looked like they're going to get him in the backfield. They made him bubble back behind his defenders, and then the huge block.
Zarek Kremler on a clean-out block opened up the hole for Hansen to hit with speed, and it was a foot race from his own 40, and nobody was catching number 8.
Well, and a big number. I think it was 58 there. Came out there. Yeah, Roman Djula comes out there and pins in the defenders as well. So good. Hansen I just need to sit down.
He's having himself a game as he gives you the Rams horns right there. Back to the faithful in Victoria.
He's flashing the dub a little bit too soon there. You gotta leave that away until the clock doesn't have any more ticks on it.
27-13, extra point attempt to come. A little early for that. Got my man Gord Randall chiming in here on Twitter. You can do the same at PXP for Sports. Saying Mount Doug needs to tighten up their discipline a little bit. Eventually, all the cheap penalties are going to catch up with them. And I would tend to agree, but they haven't really let it cost them yet. But we've seen the score could be a lot bigger than it is right now, if not for a couple of penalties here for the Rams.
Yeah, and I have to agree with you there. I mean, if you're losing the game, these undisciplined penalties really seem massive. But when you're winning it, the coaches tend to let them run off their back.
Extra point. High and straight, right down the
middle.
Eastern tunnel here at BC Place.
So they reestablished their 14-point lead quickly, very quickly. I mean, what was that, 1 play, 2 plays? 2 plays.
Didn't take much.
Yeah. And the huge block there by Zarek and Roman were just fabulous to give them that path.
Well, back to a 15-point lead just like that.
And Hansen, he gets going so good.
And I guess if you're Vancouver College and you're going to give up points, better to give them up quickly and not take too much time off the clock and get the football back.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're going to give them up quickly.
Silver lining right there. They're right back in the spot they were before they scored that last one, and there's not much time. They're still in the third quarter here. So,
well, another important possession coming up here for the Irish, because you think if Mount Doug can get a stop and they can put more points on the board and then make this a 3-score game with this amount of time left, then Vancouver College can be in real trouble. But if they can answer back with more points here, they're going to put themselves right back in the football game. Kabongo going to get a chance to return here from the 10. Far sideline. And pretty good return out to the 33, 34-yard line for Kabongo.
He's so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands. He just didn't have a path back to the inside there, which is a great job by Mount Doug to make sure he couldn't bring it back inside. Because typically he comes down the sideline and then cuts inside, but they forced him out and didn't give him that lane that he needs.
I'm a little surprised they haven't tried to get the football to Kabongo a little more to make some plays for them.
Well, he can. That's the thing. You get the ball in his hands. He's so dynamic. You haven't seen a lot of him on the offense today.
That's what I'm saying. Get number 1 out there. He stands on the sideline right now for the Irish. Zelchinski will throw on first down. Looks downfield over the middle. Got a completion. Good for about 5. And getting tackled close to the 40-yard line.
Number 6, Connor Lewis there with the catch. And just gets turned up the field.
Well, we'll give him a 5-yard gain, and they'll go quickly here on 2nd and 5. Shinkariel on the handoff. Big hole for Shinkariel. Good juke. And he's got close to 20. His best run of the game. Yeah. But a flag back at the 41-yard line. personal foul. This is going to go against the Rams, so tack on some yardage here.
Oh, wow.
Did not see.
Yeah, I didn't even see it on the replay there.
Yeah, it must have happened in the pack after Shinkario had gotten to the second level.
Shinkario, the defender that tackles Shinkario here, loses his shoe. He hits him so hard that his shoe comes right out of one shoe and sends him rolling down the field. And now there's going to be another 15 yards added to this.
So they'll march off another 15 yards. Down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line now for Vancouver College, who started this drive back on their own 33. And now suddenly deep inside Mount Doug territory to the 29-yard line.
2 plays and a penalty got him here.
Under center here for EZ. 2 in the backfield. He'll play action. He'll throw it. Completion made. But only for a gain of a couple. And a hard couple at that for Dolinski.
But Dolinski's in coverage here. He gets the ball while he's covered.
It wasn't really open. There's double coverage out there. Still threw him the ball.
Yeah, and he still brings it in, and he still fights for a couple extra yards after the fact.
Substitution just got off the field. This is Deshaun Johnson bouncing to the outside, looking for one more block. He's got the first down and down to the 11-yard line as he pops back to his feet. Does number 19. That's Spathis.
Spathis there in the block does a great job of getting his guy tied up. If he could have gotten outside of him and pushed him in and just pinned off that edge, it would have been fabulous. And we got a man down on the field.
Yeah, a couple of men down, but the Mount Doug Rams just got their man off the far sideline on the substitution before the snap of the football as the man ran right past the official on the sideline to get off just before the snap. But we have 2 Rams down on the field, one on a knee, one on his backside here. One at the 12-yard line, the other back at the 25. I think that's number 11 over there. That's Carbone getting up. He'll limp off the field. The other, I think, is a lineman who's just getting back to his feet now. Is that 72?
Logan Ward. He's flexing his knee and kind of moving it around there. And it looks like he might have
already sporting a brace on the left one, it looks like, and now the right one seems to be giving him a little bit of trouble. But Vancouver College, with 45 seconds to go in the quarter, have a 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line, so they can still pick up a first down here without getting into the end zone as they did on their previous drive. Slowly Ward to the Rams sideline.
You get the ball down to the 1-yard line, you'd rather be in than just get a first down. But silver lining, 4 chances from the 1 is always good as well.
A whistle play back in. The Irish will break the huddle. There's a lineup from the right hash mark here with Zalchinski in the shotgun. Shinkario in behind him. They'll throw, pump fake, look into the end zone, nobody open. Now you got to scramble. Tripped up and fell down right near the line of scrimmage as he looked like he had something out in front of him, but a shoestring tackle took him down. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
They get Johnson back on the field and bring Shinkario off.
He was just about to tuck away and run there.
Yeah.
Under center this time for EZ. Handoff, Johnson tries to make a cut. He'll pick up 4. Down to the, we'll call it 3, down to the 8. And that will bring us to the end of quarter number 3. 36 minutes down and 12 to go here in semifinal number 1. 28-13, Mount Douglas leads Vancouver College. With 1 quarter to play here and a right to play in the Subway Bowl on the line. Tough hill to climb here for the Irish with 12 minutes to play, Matt.
Yeah, it is. It's, if they can punch one in quickly here, but then they got to stop Mount Doug. And that's what they've been having a problem with. I mean, I know it's not a huge gap here. It's only 28 points. But the Rams have just been able to score and get big chunks of the field fast. Was it 2 plays and a score the last time they had the ball, right? They got to stop them.
Don't forget, coming up after this one, a 7 o'clock kickoff right here on BCHighSchoolFootball.com and SportsCanada.TV. A rematch of the 2017 Subway Bowl. Terry Fox Ravens will take on the New Westminster Hyaks as both teams down in the end zone, taking in the fourth quarter of this one as they work their way through their warm-ups. And I'm real fired up for this second semifinal to come. If it's anything like the rematch or the first time these two teams met a year ago, we're in for a special one coming up after this.
Yeah, I've been waiting all day for Saturday night. I tell you, when they told me what this game was going to be, I was giddy. Although this year has turned into be quite the battle as well. That's been very fun to watch.
Well, this whole entire season has just been so good with parity and everybody beating everybody. You just don't know who's going to come out on top from week to week.
Yeah.
And there's been really no clear-cut favorite. Here's Salchinski to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Evades a man. Looks into the end zone. Touchdown, College.
He's in there.
It's Bruce Spathis with his second of the game.
Excellent job there by Zielinski to keep the play alive and make something happen here. And Spathis just keeps moving and gets himself open. Here we go. Here we go. There's nothing there. He's looking to his left. It's nothing there. So he rolls to his right, and Spathis gets some separation.
Kept his eyes downfield the entire time as well, and that's what a good quarterback will do. And Spathis, a nice job to find a little soft spot to sit down in, and Zalchinski delivered it right on the mark for a Vancouver College touchdown. Extra point is good. And it's back to an 8-point lead. With a full quarter to go here, Vancouver College back in it down 28 to 20 is your score.
Now this is huge. Now College has to come up with a stop. I mean, if they give another score to Mount Doug, I don't think they got enough time on the clock to come back and get two. They got to get a stop here and come back and score. And
well,
then
they can get two, but they need three to win.
Yeah.
Now they need two to win, but you're right. They got to find a way for their defense to be able to get off the field.
Yeah. A turnover would be phenomenal. I mean, if they can somehow get that ball, pry that ball out of the hands of the Rams here, it'd be exactly what they need. On the flip side, the Rams just got to play smart football. They got to protect that ball and keep at it. I mean, on offense, they're more punishing on their hits than the defense is.
Ball on the 40. As the Irish set to kick off here. We got a new number kicking off now as well. Looks like Dimitri Grieg handling kickoff duties. He goes with the short high one. And now it'll be the Rams with good field position to start this drive as Carbone, who limped off the field earlier on that return, back out there for Mount Douglas. Got that jersey, showing off those abs as well, man. That's something me and you would never do. But
yeah,
when you're in high school, you got that kind of six-pack working. Why not?
Well, when they talk about abs, I'm singular, so I got the ab.
Right.
And it shows off on its own every once in a while, and nobody needs to see it.
Need longer T-shirts, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ball to the 35, make it the 36-yard line. Three in the backfield again for Mount Doug. It's a quarterback keeper here trying to string this one out. Vancouver College flag comes in back at the 30. Somebody got pancaked in the backfield as well, but this one's coming back here on the Rams.
Well, and I think that's where the penalty is going to be, because he pancaked him, but then he stayed on him. It's okay to run the guy over, but you can't lay there and whisper sweet nothings. Yeah, they're going to move that back 10 yards.
We'll march this one back. All the way back. It's coming here to the 20-yard line here of Mount Douglas. Again, as you get a good shot, the Vancouver Fighting Irish faithful. And you know there'll be a healthy contingent of Hyaks and Ravens fans coming up. Quick snap. Kremler trying to turn the corner the other way this time. Won't get much, and a long way to go, and that penalty could prove to be very costly here on Mount Douglas, as they have forever to go on a 1st and 25 now.
Yeah.
Staring at about a 2nd and 24.
That's huge. They stretch Kremler out wide across the field, and we got a player. Oh no, he's just knocked his shoes off over there. Stretch Kremler wide out across the field, but they gave him no room to turn up the field whatsoever, and he had to just take it out of bounds. And Gideon's heading over to the sideline to talk to the coach. I think they're calling a timeout here.
Well, play clock down to 15 and running here. And Mount Doug in no particular hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. I think they will eventually call a timeout.
Yeah.
Speaking of shoes, last night, man, I went out to pick up some dinner. I walked out of the house wearing 2 different shoes. Not my finest moment. I don't know why I'm telling people that, but we're in a timeout, and I got to say something. So,
did anybody notice but you? That's the big question.
I noticed first, and by that point, I was almost in my car down in my parkade, and I just thought, you know what? Screw it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go anyway. Yeah. Maybe I'll start a new fashion trend. They were both white shoes, so I had half the battle working.
Yeah,
I picked the left one and a right one, so
yeah,
we're working in the right direction. But yeah,
and my son went to run the garbage out the other day, and I turned around and looked, and he had 1 runner and 1 sandal on. So
okay, that's way worse than what I did.
He didn't leave the yard, mind you,
Fair
but
enough, yeah.
Still.
So it'll be actually a 2nd and 26 here as they lost a yard on that last play.
I got some of the Fox parents texting me, who's winning this one? Who's winning this one? They're obviously not here yet, but.
Well, if you're just joining us here late in the day, Robert Bateman in convincing fashion and Vernon in even more convincing fashion. Those two have really been on a collision course all year long, and they'll meet in the AA final a week from tonight.
And really, it's just going to be a phenomenal game, I think, when you see the two of them collide.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
But big finish coming in this one. Look out as Kremler evades man. And now he's going to be flushed out of bounds for an even bigger loss here as Vancouver College really just pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback here, staring at a 2nd and forever. Now it's 3rd and even longer.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good play. He seemed to get his eyes locked down the field, and the defender came in on him, and he noticed him at the last second, was able to step around him and take off for a run, but he couldn't get turned up the field and got run right out of bounds. And where are they sitting now? They're down around like the 13, 14-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to be at the 13. They got to get, oh my goodness, they got to get to the 46 for a first. It's 3rd and 33 here for the Rams.
But the thing is, though, it's Gideon Kremler. I wouldn't bet against it. I'm just saying.
Let's see. Shotgun snap. He'll look downfield. Guns went over the middle, and that one was going to be well short as he looked for brother Zarek, but it's going to be a punting situation, something we have not said a whole lot. I think it's just been 1 punt here.
Yeah.
For the Rams all game long. Same for the Irish, really, but.
Yeah, they haven't punted very much at all.
There just isn't many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 33. And they come up with an incompletion there, so they don't even get any yardage back to help with the field position. They're going to be kicking here from their own 3-yard line.
Yeah. I think it's their 2nd punt of the day.
Looks like Soriano.
They're going to go back further.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be – I mean, this is – almost territory where you might consider taking a safety.
Yeah, no kidding. Because you know that they're going to end up with the ball your side of the 50.
Yeah, do you want to give
pressing?
Do you want to give up 2 or do you want to give up 7 here? Not to say that the defense can't come up with a stop, but Soriano right now is standing at the Mount Douglas 40-yard line to receive this kick. As the punter is 2 yards deep in the end zone, he's going to kick it away from the goal line. And it's a short one that'll skip out of bounds at the, where are they going to mark this? At the 30?
Maybe 25. The ref's not. Oh, no, right at the 30.
Yeah.
Right at the 30. Wow.
So, down 8 with a short field here now for Vancouver College. Down 1 score. Mind you, they need the 2 if they get in.
Well, that's when you're saying they give up the safety there, they've got that 1-point advantage right now. I mean, if they go for 2, and don't get it, they're up 2 points. But if they give up the safety, then Van College only has to kick the field, the extra point, and they're winning.
I hear you. But now you got a 30-yard field here for a touchdown. Fake it. Zelchinski keeps it. Good cut down to the 20. And is that going to be enough for a first down? Yes, it is. They waved the chain gang ahead.
They're waving them down already.
Nice little keep there. Faked the screen pass and then kept it. And Vancouver College starting to feel it right now in this fourth quarter. Under center for EZ. Takes the snap. Shinkariel almost slipped. Then tries to drive ahead looking for help. Won't get it. He will pick up a couple.
Gets a couple yards on that play there.
It'll be second and around 8 here for Vancouver College.
I think the thing that's throwing Mount Doug off is Zelensky's not known for his running. He can.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
Well,
he's a quick
that's
runner.
Really a wrinkle that Burnett has thrown into the playbook here for this contest against Doug that has thrown them off a little bit.
Yeah, and
one of those halftime adjustments that we were talking about.
Yep.
2 split high, 1 to this near side. Deshaun Johnson in the backfield this time for Zelchinski, who goes under center. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Good hole. Johnson tried to slow up and cut it back. Might have been better served to keep going there, but gets cut down, and it'll be about 4 or 5 yards to go here for a first down.
Well, I don't know. That's a bit of self-preservation because Gideon was coming downfield hard at him, and he tried to pull up and cut back the other way, and Gideon was still able to take his legs out from underneath him.
It's 5 yards to go, 3rd and 5 as they break the huddle. Just inside the left hash mark. They'll go under center again with 3 receivers and single setback. 7 in the box here for Mount Douglas. As they back off out on the edges. Roll out play here. Zelchinski got an open man. Completion made down to the 5. Make it the 4. Knocked out of bounds, and it's 1st and goal here for Vancouver College.
Connor Lewis, great time to come up big here. He comes just on the out here. Easy rolls out and just drops it to him wide open. Great separation and just fights his way. Beautiful job by Hansen to stop him.
That looked easy for E right there.
It looks very easy.
And they've hooked up on that play call a couple of times. Different receivers, mind you, but that play action rollout from Zelchinski has been effective here for Vancouver College. Another down Mount Doug Ram. Looks like a calf cramp here. Back at the 15-yard line. Trying to pick up the number over there as he takes a shot of water. Give both teams a chance to huddle up here on the injury timeout. As the Vancouver College trying to punch it in for a potential tying score here. And
they're putting it right on the 5-yard line.
It is a 1st and goal from the 5. It'll be on the right hash mark.
And you see the fans down here, the Van College fans, they can't keep their seat. They're standing. They're standing.
Oh, man, how big is that off the upright extra point attempt looking now? Is it 16? Aiden Wold who gets up gingerly. But Vancouver College, if they can get into the end zone here, they'll for sure go for 2. But you think that the luxury to go for 1 would be the preferred path here. But now they'll be forced to go for 2. But first things first, let's try and get into the end zone here for the Fighting Irish. Jumbo package in. Soriano across the formation. Shinkariel on the handoff. Still on his feet to the goal line and stopped right there.
Right at the 1. Ran the first defender down, Joe Lucas, but Gideon was able to shoot underneath and take the feet out. Great defensive play here. Shinkariel gets around, knocks.
Just came over the top of his teammate to wrap up.
It was 40, O'Shawn Thomas.
Quick snap coming here. Excuse me, Matt. Quarterback keeper, and he didn't get it. Lost the football. Mount Doug think they have it.
I think they do too.
No signal yet. As they roll bodies off the pile. And it's Mount Douglas football.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
We fumbled the snap, and then it started spinning on him, and it was going all over the place. So there goes the snap, and now the ball's spinning. Hot potato, and Kremler just gets underneath the body and rolls him off of it.
Oh, what a play underneath.
What a fight by Kremler to get that ball, too, seeing it on the ground and getting underneath there.
Huge turnover there on Vancouver College, knocking on the door on the goal line with a 2nd and goal from the 1. They fumble the snap and turn the football over. Back to Mount Douglas here, who have it on their own 2-yard line now on a 1st and 10, up 8.
D-line ears back, getting after that ball. They need to get a safety here. This would be huge if they could pull the safety off
Out of
here.
the shotgun, Kremler. He'll get away from the shadows of his goal line to the 5. And a hard hit there taken down, and Kremler felt that one.
Yep, 54.
It is a 3-yard gain and an important one at that, however.
Matt Hogue wraps him up and just drives him.
Oh, he lost the football at the end of that play as well.
Luckily, he grabbed it quickly.
Kind of holding his midsection there. You know, he's maybe gasping for a little bit of breath as these star players play on both sides of the ball here in high school. Pitch play. Running near side. And met in the gap. And knocked down after a yard gain. Good open field tackle there.
Yeah.
Busting through was Dolinski.
At the end of the last game, we saw a lot of frustrations coming out here. And they smart play here. They get up a little heated, and they just step away. Step away, because this game's too close to be taking any stupid penalties.
3rd and 7. Play of the game coming up here for both teams. College trying to get off the field here defensively. Mount Douglas trying to keep this drive alive and keep that clock moving with an 8-point lead. From their own 7-yard line and a 3rd and 7. Got to get to the 12 for a 1st down. Check it. It's a 3rd and 3, excuse me. Here's the handoff. I don't know. I don't think so.
No, not enough. He got to the 10, but he's not. That's definitely not going to be a first down.
Need to get to the 12, got to the 10, and you can't gamble in this area of the field, can you?
No. Oh, no, for sure not. Oh, and he lost the ball one more time. A huge hit to the back there as he was going down. He lost the ball, but he fell right on top of it. It was a good job with the fake pitch out, but then he just couldn't get the yardage that he needed.
Macri, the offense is still on the field here for the Rams.
That's crazy.
It's 4th and 2. They bring in a big interior lineman here.
Oh, for sure.
And Simon Smith to plug up the middle. And I think Mount Doug might run this clock down and then call timeout. They cannot go for it here on 4th and 2. That would be like going for 2 on the final play of the game in the Subway Bowl.
Yeah.
When you only need a point to tie. You're finally getting that one.
I did. Going for 2 in the Subway Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, they call the timeout here. They threw the flag. I guess the back judge was looking at his. I was watching it was going on because the clock was ticking down, but the back judge threw a flag because he was looking at his watch on his arm. But if you got the play clock up on the wall, you got to kind of go with that. Everybody else is watching that.
Well, Vancouver College defense doing the job after the turnover as they were down on the 1-yard line looking for that major score and a chance to go for 2 to tie the game. They turn it over on a fumble, but then the defense comes up with a stop, and now it's 4th and 2 as Mount Douglas runs the clock down as far as they can before calling timeout with 5:34 to go in the football game with an 8-point lead, and we'll have to kick away here as the ball's spotted down on the 10-yard line.
Well, I mean,
it's going to be another short field here for Vancouver College and lots of time left on the clock.
Yeah, if they turn the ball over, I mean, if they get a first down here and they continue just to march, they could eat up the rest of this clock.
It'd be one of the gutsiest calls I've ever seen if they decide to go for this.
I know.
It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Maybe they'll try and draw Vancouver College offside on a hard count here, but they are lining up for a 4th down and 2. Kremler.
He wants the noise. He's telling it, Van College, get your fans going. I want that noise.
He'll line up in the shotgun. 3 receivers make it 4 in there. Kremler. Is he going to snap this ball? It looks like an audible maybe here now. Barking. No, they're not jumping.
Yeah, he's going
to call another timeout.
Yeah, Vancouver College didn't flinch. He tried. He wanted to bring him out. I think this is a gutsy move. But I don't think it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I called a fake punt from inside my end zone once.
Okay, were you?
And the best part about it is we caught him so off guard that the guy ran for a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Samuel Uko.
Oh, yes, of course.
We were playing JB, and the punter came up. He faked it was like a high snap, and Uko just took it out of his hands, and he was gone down the sideline. But, yeah, no, I thought that was
maybe a little higher stakes on the line here in a semifinal.
Granted, it was
nonetheless, though, I'll give you some credit.
Yeah, we were down by a score, and it was the last play of the half, but I figured, why not? We can be down by 10 points or we can be down by 8 points.
Man scrambling onto the field here late for the punt team. I think he's the snapper.
Oh, he's the center.
That guy's important.
You need him.
He's a long snapper. Here comes the kick. It's an end-over-ender. It'll take a bounce at the 40 and roll out of bounds at the 49. Pretty good job there to kick from his own end zone, close to a 55-yard punt there.
Yeah.
And Vancouver College, with 5:26 to go, will have a half a football field to go to the end zone.
Well, this is a big defensive stand for Mount Doug. I mean,
offense has put up 28 points here.
Yeah.
Now you got to kind of lean on your defense to get the job done for you and get this one
and this is
to the finish line.
Massive defensive stance. And on the flip side of it, this is the series that Van College needs to put the ball in the end zone. The fumble on the 2-yard line really hurt. They got to make something happen.
Chinsky will throw on first down on a little swinger. And that one is complete to Kerr for about a gain of 3. Maybe a little underthrown there for Zalchinsky, but got just enough arm strength on it to get it to where it needed to go.
Yeah, he wanted that one with Kerr standing up one-on-one out there with that defender.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. This will work from the left hash this time. One-on-one coverage down on the near boundary here. If they want to have a look at a deep ball. Kerr coming across the formation. It's a handoff to Johnson, looking for a hole. Lowers the head for a couple of more. It'll be about 5 to go here on 3rd down.
72's on the ground. He's not. He's holding his leg there. It looked like he might have taken a helmet to the knee. Logan Ward.
Yeah, it's never a good feeling. So injury timeout down the field, and this may be beneficial to Todd Burnett and company to have some extra time to think about what they want to run here on this 3rd and 5 with potentially their season on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, this is huge. I mean, you got 4.5 minutes left on the clock. You gotta punch this in, trailing by 8, and then they still got to come up with a 2-point convert. I mean, Mount Doug's defense has 2 chances here to come up really big. Stop them here on this drive, or stop them after they score and not give them that 2-point convert. Number 72, Logan Ward, being assisted off the field there.
Yeah, I think that's the 2nd time Ward has.
Yeah, it's been that right leg both times. He's limping on that one more time here.
He's trying to gut this one out, but will have to come out at least for a play here. And the way he's getting off the field, I'm not sure he's going to return this week or not.
No. He's been a big part of their defensive line today. A lot of pressure into the backfield.
Good crowd on hand here to take in this first semifinal. Don't forget, Terry Fox, New Westminster, come up next. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff here from BC Place. Right here on the home of BC High School Football, SportsCanada.TV, and BCHighSchoolFootball.com. 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line in between the hash marks. 3 receivers in, tight end, and a single setback. Zalchinsky to throw over the middle, looking for Kerr. Completion made into triple coverage, and a flag comes in late as well. What a catch from Kerr in traffic.
He wanted that ball. He went up there and got that. I mean, he's probably still angry about the one he dropped that got ripped out of his hands just before the half. And there's going to be a face mask penalty there, too.
That'll be a personal foul, 15-yard face mask tacked on to the end of that play.
Yep.
So march it ahead from the 23, 15 yards.
That puts it right on the 8.
And Vancouver College back in business here with 4:18 to go, trying to tie this game up. And what a fearless throw there from Easy. Just put it over the top in the middle into coverage, but trusting his receiver is going to go up and make that play. Yep. And he did.
Yeah, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal line. They're going to put it down on the 11.
Ball is just shy of the 11-yard line, so they can still get a first down here as they get this chain set on the far boundary and break the huddle as they'll work from the right hash. Johnson, the deep man this time. Trip receivers out high to the wide side as they clear out and look for some running room, I would guess, here for number 2. Under center here for Zalchinski this time. He's going to run right, picking his way through, spun down at the 9-yard line, a gain of 2. All sorts of real estate to the left side of the field, but I think they tried to make the defense think that they were going to go that way, but came back to the right side.
Well, I think they were hoping they could rip a hole. And see, they put the trips out to the far side. Gideon has to move over that way. And, I mean, he's probably one of their top defenders.
Sure.
You want to drag him out of the play, get some room.
Offset eye this time. Yeah, it's a handoff to Shinkaril. He's going to be wrapped up in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Did not like that play call.
No, that one just didn't seem to have any wheels right off the bat. And it's big number 58, Roman Djula, that gets in there and wraps him up and takes him down.
So now, got to believe it's 4-down territory now for the Irish.
Oh, for sure.
As they'll work from the 11, they're back to a 3rd and 10 now after that loss. Out of the shotgun. 2-step drop. Look far sideline on the fade into the end zone. Touchdown Irish! Owen Kerr!
Well, and Owen Kerr is pumped up.
What a throw. What a catch.
What a throw. The separation he gets here is just unbelievable, especially on this kind of play. You know it's going to be a shot at the end zone, and he gets that separation on Zurich Kemmler there and just brings the ball in so cleanly.
That's a play they probably practiced 1,000 times this season, and when it mattered the most, they execute to perfection. You can't throw it any better. And Owen Kerr does a nice job to secure the ball. Now, they'll go for 2 and the tie here.
They have to. This is huge for the Mount Doug defense.
What do you call?
Oh, I'm blitzing.
They're going to the air, it looks like. A Soriano across the formation. Option read here. Cut it up.
Oh, my
into
goodness.
the end zone. We're tied at 28 with 2:47 to play.
Zielinski is fired up, and he wanted to let Terry Fox know that he was there after that, too. Great job here. Just looks like he's going to toss. The defense goes after the pitch. They bought on the pitch.
The Ravens all watching in the end zone right where Zalchinski ran it in, and you could see him stare him down after that 2-point conversion. As the Irish 9-1, not going away here, trailing by 15 points twice in this second half, have tied the football game up with 2:47 to go.
And here, this is where that catch, that almost catch on the last play in the end zone there is huge.
You bet. That defensive play by Mount Douglas at the end of the first half. But now, the Fighting Irish have to give it back here to the Rams. And enough time to march it down the field here for sure for Gideon Kremler and company. But their drive stalled after a big penalty on their last attempt. Here comes the kickoff. It's a low one up the middle. Bouncing past everybody to the final wave at the 20. Right up the gut here for Sebastian Henson, close to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Rams will start this drive.
Well, and Hansen has had a great day today. If they're going to come back here and put something in the end zone in the last 2.5 minutes, it's going to be in the hands of Hansen, I think.
He's been really the big playmaker. He and Gideon Kremler have been the two guys that have gotten it done offensively here for the Rams so far.
Well, and they haven't really had an answer for Hansen.
No, and when he's gotten into open space, he's found his way downfield. Out of the shotgun, quick little bubble screen here. Pass caught and then blasted by Soriano at the 30.
You think he's fired up? He's fired up. Wow. He saw the swing pass, and he got on his horse right away.
That's doing your homework. And
running downhill.
Oh, my.
Drops the shoulder, drives him backwards.
And the crowd here for the Vancouver College Fighting Irish love that.
The only better it would have been if he could have knocked the ball loose on that one.
And how do the Mount Douglas Rams respond now after a 4-yard loss?
Gideon and Hansen are here to play.
Here's Kremler. He's wrapped up after a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 11. Here for Mount Douglas as the Irish call timeout to preserve some clock.
Yeah, 3rd down here. I mean, if they can get a big stop here on 3rd down.
What a turnaround here in this second half, and more importantly, this 4th quarter. As the Irish have come back from 15 down, and now it's their defense doing the job on this last couple of possessions. Can they come up with one more stop here and try and get this ball back and a chance to go for the win now? You thought they were dead and buried, down 15 to start the 4th quarter, but give them some credit. They have stuck with it. Well, and now have put themselves in a real good position.
But the Mount Doug offense has been on fire all day long. They haven't had an answer for Hansen, but they've been able to make some big stops and get the ball back in good field position. They get down there and they fumble it on the 2, but then they get it back on the 50, and 5 plays later they're back in the end zone.
It's just fortitude there from Vancouver College, not to get away from their game plan, not to panic off of bad turnovers. They've just really stuck with it here and believed in each other, believed in themselves.
Yeah.
And here they are in a tie game now with 2 minutes to play, with Mount Douglas staring at a 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
Trying to keep this drive alive.
When you see a lot of teams, they get down a score or 2, and you can see the body language. They get down on themselves.
They never did.
No, Van College thought they were winning this game the whole time.
5 receivers in here for Kremler and the Rams. Empty backfield, lots of time in the pocket, looks deep. And Kabongo might have got away with one, but he didn't.
He did not.
He hung on, and a flag comes flying. And this will be an automatic 1st down here for Mount Douglas. And Kabongo knows he made an error there.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake. And you look here, there's very little contact, but there's enough contact that he's reaching across the body, getting that hand out there.
And they were looking for Hansen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Kabongo even need to hold on there. I think that might have been an uncatchable ball.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. When you grab jersey like that, you're going to get flagged every time, and Kabongo knew it as soon as he did it.
Yeah, you can't reach around the body.
So the drive continues off of penalty here for Vancouver College. And the ball gets moved out to the 50-yard line now.
Yeah.
Why they're putting it on the left hash, I'm not so sure, as the penalty occurred on the other side of the field. So that seems a little odd to me that they would place it down on the 49 on the left hash mark.
And being an uncatchable ball, that shouldn't have been a PI, but more of a holding call.
Yeah.
You know, with a 10 yards from where they were.
I suppose.
Yeah, true enough.
1st and 10, however, ball on the 49-yard line. Kremler barking out signals, looks like he wants the audible. He's got 4 receivers in there and 1 in the backfield. He'll work out of the shotgun. 4 on the line here for the Irish. They'll bring a little pressure. Ball thrown. Oh! Kabongo had a pick 6 in his hands, and he dropped it.
Oh, he just about made up for that penalty in a big way right there.
Oh, Kabongo had it in his hands and a free path to the end zone as he read the. Gotta catch that ball. Gotta catch it.
He was 7-11 there. He was so open. He was gone. That was the ball game.
Man, oh man, he'll be thinking about that one if the Irish go on to lose this game.
Yep.
That was a gift of 6 points right there from Kremler.
Lucky for him, there's lots of time left, and still points there available.
2nd and 10 with $1:43 to go. Here's the shotgun snap. They'll look, pump fake, look deep now. On a hitch and go, he's got a man open. Caught. Hansen on the sideline down to the 23. And when you give Gideon Kremler another opportunity, you don't make him pay on the turnover. That's what he'll do to you. A well-thrown ball right over the shoulder of Hansen, who got a foot down.
Well, and Hansen gets good separation here. Runs a fabulous route. And he's had this heck of a game today. he just keeps adding to it.
Oh, the plays, 2, 3, 4 plays. It always comes down to key plays in a football game. And for Kabongo, it was a dropped pick. And then the ball there from Kremler to Hansen up the far sideline. Just a beauty arc on it, and dropped it in the bucket for Hansen as he couldn't stay in bounds, but gets down to the 22. And what do we have here? A downed official on the far sideline?
It looks like a chain problem. He's working on the chain over there. I don't know if it's got tangled up as they're rushing down the field.
Looks like they have it rectified now.
Yep.
And the ball on the 23-yard line, 1:37 to go. And Mount Doug trying to answer back here after Vancouver College has tied the football game. It's 28-28. And what a first semifinal we have experienced so far. Here they come to the line, trying to retake the lead. Just outside the red zone, out of the shotgun for Gideon Kremler. Takes the snap, hand it off, and following blockers for about 11 and a first down. Sam Muskie on the carry.
Oh, he hadn't heard his name called for a while, but he showed back up, that's for sure. Muskie here looks like he's going to go on and out, but then takes the handoff on the draw and just follows his block and gets down the field. Number 50, Ivan Zhu, is just out in front of him, pushing bodies out of the way.
Well, blocked play there. A little counter trap and a pulling center leading the way.
Oh, they're going to get the sticks out here and measure this up.
Yeah, do they want to measure? I think they do. And good thing they fix those chains. Huge measurement coming up here.
It's massive.
I think they got it.
They got her.
By half the football, it's a first down. Well. Now, definitely within Jack Reed's field goal range here, Matt. 1:18 to go on the clock. You got a first down. One of those situations where you want to score, but you don't want to score too quickly.
Yeah. You don't want to give College any time with the ball. Couple of runs here, even just laterally, might be okay.
It's Mosky again on the carry. He'll get a couple.
Yeah. Let that clock tick.
I'm not sure how many timeouts Vancouver College has left. I think 2. But as we go under 60 seconds to go now, Mount Doug in control of the ball and the clock with their fate in their own hands here.
Yeah. No, I think they're down to 1. I think they called 2 timeouts in the second half so far.
Here's Kremler, and maybe that's why they didn't call one there. He's going to keep it. He's got lead blockers out ahead. Kremler lowers the pads down to the 10. And stop there. 32 seconds to go. Clock still moving. No timeout from Vancouver College. And is this going to be it? Are they going to run another play here on third down?
I think they're telling them to spike the ball here. We're down to 17 seconds.
Because I don't think Mount Doug has any timeouts left.
They don't.
10 seconds to go. And I think they're just going to spike this ball and line up for a potential game-winning field goal. There's the spike from Kremler with 3 seconds to go. And out will come the kick team. And a chance to win this at the buzzer.
3 seconds left on the clock. Way to take it down.
I mean, that is excellent clock management, play calling, execution, all of it. But all aided by that pass interference call by Kabongo. And then the subsequent play after that, a potential pick 6 by Kabongo slipping through his hands. And here we go.
Yeah, he'd want that. He wants that one back for sure. This is massive here. I mean, you got the kicker, number 1.
It's Gideon Kremler lining up for the field goal.
No, Jackson Reed.
Oh, excuse me. It's 7, not 1. It's Jackson Reed, and it's Kremler, the holder. But now Vancouver College calls time out to try and freeze the kicker. Jackson Reed has hit a couple of long extra points off of penalties. He's been perfect in that regard, 4 for 4. But now with a game-winning field goal on the line here, the pressure ramps up, and Vancouver College will add to it with a timeout just before the snap. But everybody on that Mount Douglas sideline probably holding hands and praying that this one goes through and they get back into the Subway Bowl. It will be their first time since 2015.
Well, you'd almost think instead of spiking the ball that he'd want to run it over to the middle of the field and go down.
But they didn't have any more timeouts. They couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
So the angle a little bit tougher here for the right-footed kicker. It's a 27-yard attempt. Snap hold is good. Here's the kick. It is good. Rams win. 31-28 your final. Oh, heartbreak.
Wow.
For Vancouver College. Jubilation for Mount Douglas.
Yeah. Van College has had such a good season. And to have it go, and it's fitting that it ended like this, too. I mean, like with the field goal in the last second of the game. Such a tight game.
What a football game here in semifinal number 1. Jackson Reed, the hero, as the field goal kicker punches it through from 27 out.
Yeah.
And for a Vancouver College Fighting Irish team that didn't make the playoffs last year, a heck of a season for them, going 9-2 and getting to this semifinal game. Nobody expected them to be here, taking Mount Douglas right down to the final few seconds here, tying the game up late, but just couldn't get over the hump of a very good Mount Douglas team that'll play for another crack at a Subway Bowl here in 2018.
Yeah. There's the brothers, Gideon and Zurich, down there getting pictures taken on the sideline.
What a football game, man.
What a game. I honestly thought Hansen had jinxed it. He gave the W a little bit too early there.
You might have.
Van College came back, scores, ties it up.
I don't know if semifinal number 2 can compete with what we saw here in semifinal number 1, but we are going to find out 26 minutes from now. Don't you dare miss it. A rematch of the 2017 Subway Bowl coming up here on BCHighSchoolFootball.com and SportsCanada.TV. Handshakes between the Irish and the Rams about to take place. And then the New Westminster Hyaks and Terry Fox Ravens will take to the field. We will have it for you in about 25 minutes' time. Thanks for joining us. Once again, your final. Mount Douglas, the Rams are into the Subway Bowl with a 31-28 victory over Vancouver College. For our production crew here at Sports Canada TV, for Matt Macri, I've been Jake Kelly, and for the Pigskin and the Gridiron, we'll talk to you in 25.